them yesterday, and boy, I tell you what, it else it benefited. The Hogs didn't use any more arms yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, which is exactly what you need. And here's the other thing: if you missed it, LSU and UCLA, they're having to play today at 10 o'clock. So I'm curious to see how the trickle down of what happens with that.
Right.
Does Arkansas end up playing later?
As opposed to 6?
Yeah. Did it shift over or what?
Everything I saw on the paper was still 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it will be.
So I don't know if that was a late addition to the paper, but that's what it still says.
So we will see. It's the third. This is what's crazy. The third no-hitter in College World Series history. The last one was 1960. Were you surprised that there's not been one since?
Yeah, of course.
I was.
Of course, yeah.
I was. Josh, what about you? I thought surely in 65 years there's been one.
Yeah.
But I guess it's.
I'm not sure what the format was like 65 years ago. I mean, were there 4 teams? Were there still 8? Were they still doing all this version? So, I mean, I guess this is what you call CWS modern era, right?
Yeah. Again, only 3 in the history of the entire world. Yeah. Going back 1950, 1960. Yeah. And you look at the picture, Roger, of this picture right here in the Democrat Gazette. He credited yesterday, Gage Wood did, his strength coach. And I think it was his strength coach. I don't know if it was the Razorback strength coach or the one back in Batesville. Maybe it was both. But, he's not the typical pitcher. He's sort of a bowed-up dude. He's sort of a stocky guy. And, boy, he had that look on his face. And I think even the guys from Murray State, I don't know if we've got the clip, Josh, where they were just talking about, hey, they were giving the dude credit. They said, listen, the dude's throwing 98 on his 117th pitch in the 9th inning. And in a day and age where we don't see pitchers going the full 9 innings, complete games, it was nice to hear, Dave Van Horn go, hey, we're touching it. We weren't talking to him. You don't want to jinx you don't bring it up. And I think they asked who I can't remember if they asked Dave Van Horn or who. They said, did anybody do any talking to him? He said, no, after the 8th, I think after the 8th or at the 7th, nobody said anything to him. It's one of those things you wear,
Sure.
Or
do you stay away from him?
Yeah.
And then he knows that you're isolating him, or do you talk to him and he doesn't want to talk to you? So it's one of those things. What do you do in that? I'm not a pitcher.
Well, it's like you having a great comedy night.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna come up to you and go, man, your jokes are killing it because you're on a streak. You don't want to mess it. You don't want to get cocky, and all of a sudden then your next joke is a. Bleh,
well, you don't want to get in your own head. You don't want to read your own press.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's why I have.
You want to keep wanting it, and you want to have that hunger.
That's why it's why like yesterday on the way home, you and my wife kept me humble.
The other thing I thought was interesting is that right after the game, Josh, I don't know, again, because we were driving back, was it the first person, the reporter for ESPN, who came up to him, and the first thing he said, I shouldn't hit the guy?
Yeah, Danny Rexelman asked him, just about the game, and he was like, I shouldn't have hit the guy. It should have been a perfect game, yeah.
I mean, he knew it. He recognized what the perfect game was there. And again, where do we, I was looking too, I went back and started looking at the greatest college performances of all time. There have been, I think that obviously there have been no-hitters, and I believe there have been perfect games. I don't know how many there have been. Not in that setting, though, and not with 19 strikeouts, but you try to think, where does that fit? Where does that fit in Razorback lore? Is it immediately a top 3, top 5?
You know what? Here's the deal. It's again, this is to me like the Golden State Warriors. They set the all-time record of wins, but they didn't win a championship.
Yeah.
You've got this slight near-perfect game, no-hitter. You got that going on in the World Series. Where will that stand?
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
Do you? I don't think it matters. I think I think it stands on its own.
Well,
I know what you're saying. It will mean more if they win the whole thing.
It will mean it'll be one of those things. Instead of going, we had Darren McFadden, two-time runner-up.
So that's a good example.
Yeah.
We praised the amazing performance of McFadden, even though didn't win the SEC title. So, yeah.
Or Heisman.
Or Heisman, yeah. So the question is, where does this rank with any other sport?
Sure.
Any
other accomplishment?
With the
now, is that an
Razorbacks.
individual accomplishment or is that a team accomplishment?
I think you got to go individual.
You have to.
Yeah, I think you go individual.
Yeah.
What
would the individual be?
So that's what I said. What are the other individuals? You got McFadden with the 312.
Is it an individual accomplishment that? Oh my gosh, who hit our 3-point play against Duke? Who had our Scotty Thurman, thank you about that. Was that an individual?
Yeah, and that was really a play, not as much a game.
Sure.
So it's really the whole game. Who was?
We
don't have a lot of those.
He knew he screwed up. When he hit it, so he knew. But that, you know what? But he maintained.
I mean, for those who don't know,
And
a
hats off to
perfect
the-
game is nobody gets on base, and the only way somebody got on base was when he hit a batter in the foot, and I think barely hit him. And
Yeah.
what inning was that? Was that the 8th?
I think it was.
Yeah, and so that was the only imperfection. No walks.
Yeah.
No hits. And Josh, I don't know. Like I said, Roger and I didn't get a chance to see it all. Was there any need for a great defensive play? Did any ball come off the bat?
Robinette had a really good stab at first base in the 7th or 8th. He had a really good stab at first.
So that was it. But besides that, there's really no strongly hit balls anywhere, right?
No, I'm trying to think if there was one. No,
Yeah,
the only one was
that's what they
Robinette's.
said, yeah.
That was the only
Yeah.
one.
And I mentioned that it was Justin Thomas Jr. who had the 4 hits. So I think we had 9 hits. He had 4 of them. But again, 5 of our hitters had no hits. Again, as you said, Roger, just again, that's a concern. Now, what happens now? Arkansas will play. Arkansas will play. Yeah, Arkansas now will play the loser of
LSU
UCLA.
Now, Zachary's hitting me up with this. At the very least, LSU and UCLA playing today robs the winning team of getting a day off.
Yeah, that's right.
So it was
that's
supposed
correct.
to be the elimination
Yep.
games today. Hopefully they have a long game and both teams use multiple arms.
That's right.
So.
That's a good thing, Roger, is that, again, it expends energy. You know, instead of them resting in this morning, they're up playing a game. It's 5-3. What inning? The 4th? I
Both
think it was
teams lose their
5-3.
starter from last night, too. Those guys can't come back and pitch today.
Yeah, which is, again, you know, maybe some of these weird. Listen,
They're just not going to use them. Yeah, they're just,
That's
it's
right.
not,
But
it's not
Valentine
routine.
pointed out that we also there's a chance of rain again up there today.
Is that right?
Yeah, isn't that right, Valentine?
So that may happen throughout the day or tonight.
Could be. We'll have to get a weather check. If there is a meteorologist, I don't know, in my family that's listening, if he could give us a quick update on weather for Omaha today.
So the interesting thing, Root, who struggled, you know, if you keep winning, he's going to get another shot at LSU most likely. I mean, which would be poetic if he could come back and pitch better.
Yeah.
You got to take one at a time, though. You got to take one at a time. So that game restarts at 10:30, I think, today, right? Is that what it is?
10, but it could
Is it
be
10? Okay.
Yeah, I saw 10. So.
So today, again, we presume the game will start at 6 tonight. Pregame at 5:30. So Randy will miss a little bit of his show. But anyway, it was one for the ages, and I hope everybody got a chance to see that. Last night, real quick, the Thunder did win last night. They take a 3-2 lead. They won 120-109. The next game is Thursday at Indiana. Tonight you've got Edmonton at Florida. Florida leads the series. They can close it out 3-2. Roger made an announcement or made a comment early in the – what is today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
I feel like I was saying early in the week. When did you bring up Joey Chestnut? Joey Chestnut is back.
Last week.
You mentioned that. He's back for the hot dog eating contest.
They have to let him back. I mean, to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, and so to have him come back, and I haven't dived in to see what was all the weeds about, like what we were talking about, him endorsing another hot dog place or whatever. But
they say they never did it publicly.
I like the fact that last year's champion says, "Look, I welcome him back.
Bring him back
until I beat him." You know, he's Steve Young. You know, is what I got.
Yeah.
I got to get that monkey off my back.
That's right. We'll take a break here. We'll visit with all the fine folks here at the Summerwood Sports. The Hendricks family put on a great show. This is really, if you've got a camp you want to put on, instruction, coaching, birthday parties, this place is unreal. We're going to have Rick Schaefer today, brought to you by Edwards Food Giant. We're going to have John Daly, brought to you by Moe's. Chuck Gatlin will be checking in with us. Justin Acrey will jump on with us at some point this morning. We'll see if we can play a little Family Feud, brought to you by Southern Bank. Where does this rank? You know, did you see all the people in the sports world that tweeted out about Gage Wood? Everybody did. Patrick Mahomes. Who else was there? There was Pat McAfee.
Yep.
All the biggest names in sports media, and everybody recognized how amazing that was to almost pitch a perfect game in that setting in 19 Ks. I don't know which was more impressive, the 19 Ks or the almost perfect game, the no-hitter. Which is more impressive to you?
How many times
Don't
did
they
you
come
say,
together?
wow, coming with those when he kept getting another strikeout, another strikeout.
Yeah, because you can pitch a no-hitter without having 19 Ks.
Yeah.
It's 19 Ks is a game. Again, that's the school record for strikeouts. Now, who was it last year had 17, Josh? It was
Hagen Smith.
Yeah, it was Hagen had 17, but wasn't in this setting, wasn't a no-hitter. So a fun day to be a Razorback fan. And
this is the home. You see the banners. the 2025
that's
5A
right.
state champion Benton Panthers.
That's right.
And the 2025 6A
How about
champion
that?
Bryan Hornets right there.
How about
the
that?
American flag.
Look at that
and
American
those banners.
flag. We're gonna
This
tweet
is also
that out.
the home of the the 5A state champion head coach Dexter Hendricks.
Yeah, that's right.
So
And that's
he
the
puts
team
on
that Josh
credibility.
did the calls for this year.
Where's my ring? Where's my ring?
Hey, what's the ring?
Yeah.
Both of these state champions. How
Absolutely.
about that?
Saline
They
County.
owe it all to Summerwood Sports,
Well,
right?
you know what? This is where champions are built, right here with Summerwood Sports. Look, you've got elite volleyball. You do birthday parties here, pickleball, all types of stuff.
And you got the camera on it where some folks can see some of the inside of the facility.
No, because we
yet?
have a new
Okay.
edict down. There's another.
There we
one.
go. There we go.
I don't know. Josh must have put it back up there. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to see
Yeah, you can see.
the complex, it is very. There's no other place like this in the state. I think it's one of the most coolest places in the South.
David, I think they used the term state of the art.
State of the art.
State of the art.
State of the art.
Absolutely. It
All right.
really is. And it's got that new car smell. It's pretty cool.
661-1037. We'll take your comments and texts. 661-1037. Where does this rank in terms of Razorback performances? Where does it rank? Does it rank nationally in some of the greatest performances of all time?
Yeah.
Listen, there's only been 3 of them in the history of the College World Series, and not once in 65 years. So that's saying something right there. All right, 626. Don't go away.
Floyd Seafood, Kill Avenue in Sherwood. Crawfish season is ending soon. Floyd Seafood has live Louisiana crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for final boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas will live to fight one more day at the College World Series thanks to history from Gage Wood.
The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood no-hits him, and the Hogs win it 3-0. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas. Here in downtown Omaha, Gage Wood throws a no-hitter. They're coming out to mob Gage Wood, who pitched the game of his life.
Phil Ellison on the call on the Razorback Sports Network as the Hogs win 3-0 against Murray State. They preserve their season for at least one more day as Gage Wood throws the 3rd no-hitter in College World Series history. He sets the all-time record with 19 strikeouts for a game in the College World Series. The Hogs will play again tonight against the winner of UCLA and LSU, a game that still needs to be finished after it was suspended yesterday. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We got a 20% chance of a stray shower in the forecast for this Tuesday, highs in the lower 90s. With partly cloudy conditions tonight, lows in the mid 70s. We'll stay partly sunny Wednesday, but rain chances increasing towards the late afternoon and evening, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
What's up, everyone? It's Christian Weaver for The Zone on Tuesday. Justin Acrey, DJ Williams, and I will be back, and we'll be recapping Arkansas versus Murray State in Omaha. We'll have Jordan Wicks on thanks to Crane Buick GMC of Conway. He'll talk about that game, the NBA Finals, and whatever else we get into. Pat Bradley will come on thanks to River City Flooring. We'll talk about a few of the new Arkansas basketball editions as well as the NBA Finals. Eli Craner will come on with his reading recommendation, while Susan Irwin Prowse will join us thanks to Willie Dees for her Entertainer's Guide. It's all that and much more Tuesday in The Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
At QC Kinetics, we're all about keeping you in the game, helping you get lasting relief from joint pain. That's why we're excited to announce that QC Kinetics is now partnering with the National Pickleball League. So many of our satisfied patients are avid pickleball players, and they're thrilled with how we've helped them get back on the court. As lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League, we're committed to help pickleball fans of all ages with the latest, most advanced regenerative cell treatments. These treatments use your body's own healing power, revitalizing and restoring damaged joint tissue the natural way, with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Whether you're a pickleball fanatic or enjoy golf or running or tennis, stay in the game with help from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics, proud to promote active, pain-free living as a lead sponsor of the National Pickleball League. Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501
888-222-8440.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you already scheduled your garage door tune-up for just $79, please disregard this message. If you don't have a garage door, you're off the hook. For the rest of you, why would you spend more than just $79? Overhead Door Company of Little Rock will perform their garage door tune-up and safety inspection for just $79 on up to 3 garage doors and openers. Call 501-510-6399 or schedule online, overheaddooroflittlerock.com.
This is Darren McFadden. I listen to Baz, Justin, and Rod because they got their wood. Enjoy Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
And everybody is standing at Charles Schwab Field. 1 strike from history. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wood deals. Swung on and missed. It's a no-hitter. Helfrich grabs Wood. His teammates surround him. Everybody storming out of the bullpen. The 3rd no-hitter in College World Series history is pitched by Arkansas's Gage Wood. What a moment in Omaha.
We're not going home. We're playing. We get to play tomorrow night. But it's pretty cool.
It's to the point.
Yeah.
It's right there to the point. You know, I like the fact that, of course, they talk about it in the paper. I don't know if it was in the article or if it was in Wally's column about his rehab. You know, wanted to do it without surgery and do all that, and, you know, sat out, February to April? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Is that,
I know he missed. I don't know exactly the time frame, but what a tough kid.
Yeah, man.
Great kid. You see his dad up there. Dad wearing got a chain.
helmet.
Yeah, he got a helmet, an old school batting helmet, and he looked like he had like a Razorback chain on or something. If you want to be a part of the show, 661-1037, Roger, let's check those messages here in a second.
Sure.
We'll have Rick Schaefer, John Daly, Chuck Gatlin will also visit with Justin Acrey coming up. And, of course, we have a lot of guests from our basketball tournament today. For those of you just joined us, we're in Bryant. Always great to be here at Summerwood Sports Complex. David Hendricks Jr. joins us. Good morning, David. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing well. Thank y'all for being here this morning.
Listen, what a fun day. I know you're a Hog fan and Hog supporter, and what a fun way to start the day and talking about history.
Yeah, it was cool. I was afraid, you guys would be when we were, leaving some runners on base. Y'all were going to be here this morning. And everybody's going to be bummed out.
I know.
That we didn't get it done. But man, that was really exciting. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's again, we're trying to figure out where does this rank in terms of history, and that's what you sort of look at it. When you look again, I was sort of surprised. I don't know about you guys, that there were only 2 no-hitters in the history since 1950.
It's been a long time too since the last one happened.
Yeah, that was at 65 years.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, somebody made the point. I think somebody told Wood that it was the last time this was done was the year that Dave Van Horn was born. Because I think Roger, he's 2 years older than us. So that's about right.
Yeah.
And
not that many people like that around.
And the other thing, it's great that he was in Arkansas.
Yeah,
he was an
Arkansas boy.
Yeah, he was in Arkansas, and so it was fun. We'll continue to take your text and message. We'll read those here in just a second. You've got 24 teams, the top teams in the state coming in here.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of Razorbacks, one of the top recruits.
Yeah, we got some recruits. Yeah, we got J.J. Andrews was here yesterday with Little Rock Christian, and we've got teams from all over the state. Northwest Arkansas, Central Arkansas, just all over. Really competitive basketball yesterday, and had the place was full. But yeah, 24 teams. We got school buses packing the parking lot down here, so people driving from all over the state. And
the best. This is a particular age group, or what's
these are high school. These are high school teams. And that's the cool part about it. This is almost like going to a state tournament, because these teams are the teams that will be on the high school circuit this fall. These aren't just all-star teams. So you see the high school coaches and their teams coming in here, getting some practice in the summertime.
J.J. Andrews is the young man who Sean Andrews' son, committed to the Razorbacks and Coach Calipari. Yeah. And then you have the young man from Benton. Is he playing in this?
Well, he's graduated. Terrion's graduating.
This is for those who are still playing.
These are guys, that are coming back next year. These are really, this is almost like a football camp for a football team in the summertime. This is for the basketball teams coming in here and getting some reps in, working as a team, getting ready for next year's team.
And we also have, which is I'm sort of surprised about, looking forward to, we have an SEC basketball official that's an Arkansan.
Yeah. One cool thing that's going on here is this camp is actually for the officials as well.
Oh, it's an officials camp too. Okay.
So up in our office, and we've given them our conference room, and I peeked my head in there, and it's a dark room. There's a male and female, and it looked like a cool operation. So yeah, I'd love for y'all to visit with him about what they're doing here today as well.
And that would be John Daly.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember his dad. His dad was the longtime coach, I believe, at Russellville High School. Right. And so yeah, usually we don't always get referees to talk on the mic because sometimes they're sort of restricted what they can say.
Did you see all the new rules? Some of the new rules. By the way, Van Horn is 64 years old, so you're absolutely right on that. Right. If I saw some of the new rules. It's to help the flow of the game. If I've got the right deal, coaches can challenge out of bound calls. And I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis. If a coach's challenge is successful, they earn an additional challenge. Officials now have the opinion to call a flagrant one for growing contact. It should already have been one. Shot clock becomes inoperable. The other will remain active. What's the rule? What's it been?
I guess they've just done it on a timer, or somebody counts it down.
So if one's out, they don't use the other one.
Until now, I guess.
Okay, absolutely. And then eliminating the Jersey tuck rule, addressing excessive timeouts, and allowing jump stop when feet land simultaneously. Boy. That's a ton.
Yeah, that'll be a lot to break down.
Yeah.
So it's $5 to get in if you want to come watch.
General public, we had a lot of people in here yesterday, and you get in all day. So if you're off this week or you're having a staycation and you want to come watch some really good high school basketball, come on down. So,
is it a full game?
Yeah, it's it's not going to feel just like a regular game, but the competition feels like it. So it's up and down, and it's probably a little looser than just your normal structured game. But other than that, they're running and going.
I don't know. I've never seen the word clinician. I don't know that. Is that
what is it?
I don't know if that's somewhere near Bosnia or Yugoslavia. Where's clinician?
I believe that's like the doctor or the medic person on staff.
Okay.
That's what that means, Roger.
Well, it blew my mind because Ricky brought it up.
It's a highfalutin word.
It's top notch. Yeah. Hey, I didn't know it. Hey, I didn't know it. So I didn't know what that was. So you got this is it right here. You got the guys. The teams are going on, and you've got obviously your brother is here.
Yeah. Benton Panthers were here yesterday. They played a few games. So
nice.
Yeah, they're working out, getting ready for next year. So yeah.
How cool is that?
It is. It is cool. Bryant's here. We got 2 state champions here that practice here a lot. And they've been playing in their they played yesterday, and Bryant's going to be really good again, obviously, next year. So
yeah, I love the fact that usually you were talking about Saline County, we're talking football or baseball. But basketball.
Basketball 2 state champs. Yeah, right here.
That's outstanding, honestly, for this year to turn out that way.
It was.
I see that. Are we back on? I know some people, some of our text line are talking about the stream. No stream. Where's the YouTube stream, Josh?
That is our high school guy.
It's up.
It is up. Someone did say, hey, Josh, how pissed is Josh he didn't get to see the no-hitter live?
Well, Justin Acrey earned that one, so there you go.
Here's the deal.
Glad his son got to see it, too.
We all should be there. We all should have been there watching that live, to be quite frank with you.
Well, we could have been, or we could have seen what is probably one of the greatest stage acts in this country, Terry Bradshaw. When he broke down and sang nearly all of Hank Williams Sr.'s greatest hits.
I tell you what, Roger was funny, Dave. It was I looked at when the old school country western music comes on. I look to Roger because Roger almost knows every song. So I look at Roger, and I thought, well, maybe Roger won't know this one. There he is, moving his lips.
And bobbing the head, and clapping along.
Justin Moore could probably do a pretty good job of that too. He'll join us a little bit later today. I'm sure he's excited. If you got a chance to watch it live, did you get a chance to watch it? Were you busy with this?
I'm sitting at my desk and put it on my computer. It was. I mean, when he got that last strikeout, I think I yelled out loud.
Yeah, he was excited. The crazy thing is his velocity was still in the ninth inning. In a day and age where you don't see kids going 9 innings, I was surprised. We weren't going to touch him after the 8th inning. Like, wow. Of course, if you can, it's great because you're not using any more arms. That's wonderful for Arkansas.
Well, David, what do you think, David Hendricks? What do you think as far as that accomplishment goes? All right, we're talking about it's an individual accomplishment, obviously.
Right.
Where do you put it on that Mount Rushmore?
I saw somebody. I thought it was a cool way to put it. Is like it reminded them of when McFadden had that 300-yard game against South Carolina. It's like.
Okay.
This is an individual accomplishment that you're always going to remember, watching that game and what happened is,
We don't have many of them.
No.
We don't have many of them where you go, remember the 45 that he poured in? I mean, we should have more than that.
Yeah, that should stand out. But that was the one, I think that'll be one that will stand. And hopefully he goes on and has a cool pro career. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You'll always remember.
Well, did you see that Wright's Barbecue said he's got brisket for life?
Brisket for life. That's a sweet deal.
He's no
dummy. He might not move out of the state.
They were talking on the broadcast yesterday. They said that he made himself a lot of money yesterday.
That's an interesting point. Now, is he a junior? I think he's a junior, right? Mm-hmm. I believe he is.
Well, he's projected to go pretty high, but the fact that he showed... Like, there are some things that you can show in one game, and I think Bazzy made the point about those guys saying... Hey, he's at pitch 116, 117, throwing 98. Sustained velocity is something that I'm sure pro scouts are like, sign us up for that. Sign us up. We'll take 98 in the ninth inning at pitch 117.
And I'm not a baseball expert. Does his wind-up look a little different? It looks a lot. He's compact. He's muscular.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like the typical. Okay, I was just wondering if it was just me. His windup looks a little different than the traditional.
It's a physical coming at you,
Yeah,
I said I didn't know Nolan Ryan was pitching for the Razorbacks today.
It's funny you say that because it's like he pitches like he's a closer. Like totally right, David. The physicality with which he throws.
Yeah.
Like it looks like something that you shouldn't be able to maintain through 9 innings.
He throws the pitch and he just stared. He's just standing there like a crouch, like give me the ball back.
I want the ball back. I want to do it again.
I love that. I'm going to throw this right by you again. You ready? So it was a macho performance. It was pretty cool.
661-1037 is the number if you want to be a part of this show. And none of these games are being streamed, right, David? You got to come here.
Yeah, we talked about that, but no, come in person. Yeah,
come in person.
You can see it all, and we'll sell you a hot dog and some popcorn, and we had a good crowd here yesterday. A lot of families. Sean Andrews was here yesterday to watch his son, so that was cool to see him in the building. So, but come on down. You'll get to see some good basketball for sure.
And I know TJ's out there driving around a mule, bringing people. People are parking.
we got. I mean, there was 20-something school buses around here yesterday. So we had them parked down the hill. We'd run them up here, and it was cool. And it was cool to see these officials do their thing. So there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I thought maybe that was a restaurant coming in over there. That looked like maybe like it's Chipotle or something. It's not.
It's not as exciting. It's another office building, but
wow, you guys are
Genwell Financial.
I know. Wow.
Yeah, they'll be on our campus here.
Well, is the dream? We talked about this at one point. The vision of maybe having hotel over here, having restaurants.
I think so. I think everything's on the table. Just keep expanding it out. We talked about more. Maybe doing a baseball facility, soccer fields, all that kind of stuff. Just all
you got the room over here.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Josh, have you been out here?
If they don't, we'll get it.
Hey,
I don't think I've been at Summerwood yet. No, I have not.
Okay, you know what we call it? They call it Hendricks Domain. Hendricks Domain.
It is the Hendricks Dome.
We'll take a break. Come back if you want to be a part of the show. 661-1037. Where does this rank? Is there any other performance from an individual Razorback in any sport that you remember? You think back to the Jordan game. Joe Klein was the MVP. You don't remember what he scored, but he was the MVP. You remember the individual plays where Ballantyne makes the shot to beat Jordan, and then you remember Scotty's one individual. But you just don't remember. You remember BAZZEL's? 15-tackle game against Bo Jackson?
That's up there.
MVP performance, television MVP performance against Bo.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Roger, for stepping in.
You guys win that game?
You kidding me? What did he say?
I don't know. It's all here about the tackles. I'm not sure if y'all won or not.
We did. I can't do it all, Josh. I can't score for you, too.
Josh, I'll tell you right now. I will cut. You can talk about Terry Bradshaw State. You can criticize us for going to Graceland next week. But I'll be damned if I'm going to have you talk about my bup over here. He's one of the reasons we love the Arkansas Razorback football team and demand them to be better instead of being a mouthpiece for the university and go, what do you expect them to do?
All right.
I won't have it. I won't have it.
Do not go away. We're here at the amazing Summerwood Sports Complex. They got some of the best basketball in the state happening. How far does it go? What's our time?
Today's the last day.
Okay, today's the last day. $5.
Yes, sir.
All the way till
$5.
$5. Nothing to it. All right, 6:45.
Hey, Wilson, why the long face?
Man, I just got a new car.
But that's great news.
Man, I'm not crazy about the interest rate, though, Raj.
Wilson, listen to me. Go to Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union and take advantage of their summer auto loan special. Rates as low as 1.99% on 23, 24, and 25-year models, plus financing up to 84 months and no payments for 90 days.
But if I live in Little Rock, am I eligible?
Do you not even listen to our show?
I try.
If you live, work, or worship in 15 Central Arkansas counties, you're eligible to take advantage of everything Alcoa Community FCU has to offer.
Okay, so if I live in Little Rock, I'm eligible, right? How about if I work in Conway, live in Lone Oak, worship in Clinton, and attend school in Arkadelphia?
Now you're screwing with me. It's all good, my man. Alcoa is all over Central Arkansas. So go to alcoacommunityfcu.org, check your eligibility, and then take advantage of their summer auto loan special with rates as low as 1.99%. I've just changed your life. What else can I do for you?
You're going to help me move furniture this weekend, right?
Get out of my office.
I'm Kyler Sanson. Me being in the construction industry and having 2 young kids at home, health insurance is vital. I got a call saying that my plan was going to be canceled at the end of April. Got on the phone with Farm Bureau and I got in touch with an agent. Took me about 30 minutes, and then about 3 days later, I was approved. So with Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas, I'm saving close to $300 a month. You cannot find this plan anywhere else. Get after it and get it.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Trusted coverage, personalized plans, affordable premiums. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
Fellas, are you and your spouse looking to lose weight in time for summer? Head on over to Low T Center for prescription weight loss treatment options, including semaglutide. If you qualify for treatment, you can get a free B12 shot when you start. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
Shop your favorite summer clothing brands at Fort Thompson. From Sitka, Patagonia, Local Boy, Marshwear, Drake, and many more. Fort Thompson's in Sherwood is looking forward to seeing you and taking care of all your needs. Shop local. Shop Fort Thompson.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Most Americans only knew Dr. Alvin Poissant as a consultant on The Cosby Show. But he was a lot more than that, including a psychiatrist, professor, and dean at Harvard Medical School. Upon his death at age 90, the story was recounted of his participation in the 1965 Selma to Montgomery Civil Rights March. He offered medical help to those participating, even as police officers called him boy and threatened to arrest him when he insisted on being called doctor. No, Dr. Alvin, you certainly earned it. When you walk into a Doublebee's, you're always going to be greeted with a warm, hearty, welcome to Doublebee's. And then you can grab a corn dog, a breakfast sandwich, or 2 pieces of catfish at 7:55 a.m. like I had the other day, with hot sauce. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
For all you parents and grandparents, I have huge news for you. Summerwood Sports, the state-of-the-art sports complex located right off Highway 5 in Bryant, is now offering 2 summer camps for grades 3 through 7 this summer. Campers will not only get to participate in sports, games, movies, and more, but will also receive lunch along with a daily devotional each day. Camps run June 9th through the 12th and July 14th through the 17th. So, don't wait. Sign up today. For more details, click on summerwoodsports.com.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
This is Trey Reed from the Wild Side, inviting you to join Mark Hedrick and me every Tuesday night at 7 here on The Buzz.
Brought to you by Trader Bill's Outdoors, West Rock Landing, Edwards Food Giant, Battery Outfitters, All About Tire and Brake, and Tammy Chase Insurance.
It's The Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
I mean, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in person, baseball-wise. Seeing Hagan in Arlington last year punch 17 in 6 innings, I thought I would never see something like that again. And he goes, 19 and 9 innings, no hit, and biggest game of our season. So, yeah, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Oh, it gives your team so much momentum and confidence. A lot of these guys, they've never gotten to play in an environment like this, and each game it builds more confidence going into the next, and especially after a performance like that and shutting the other team out completely, it's just it's astounding, and we're gonna be able to build on it.
That is Will McIntyre, everybody who we normally talk to tomorrow. Probably won't do that. I wonder how many, Josh, you can look it up. I think I saw it this morning. Did I see 38 perfect games or 38 no-hitters? What did I see today?
In the history of college baseball?
Yeah, what do you think of the history of college baseball? I wonder where I saw a 38 number today. I can't remember what it was, but I was trying to think what was. James Valentine.
There have been 39 perfect games recorded in Division I college baseball history since 1959.
All divisions. Okay, so that makes sense. So every division. Not
Division
easy
I.
to do, but the Division I, which there are a lot of schools, but you think about that over 75 or 100 years, that's not very many to do it in that setting. Roland Sales was one, Raj.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's an example.
Individual.
He was Josh. He was the MVP. He was the backup running back. Lou Holtz suspends 3 players, including the star running back. Roland Sales comes in as the backup, and he rushed for 221. I think or 205. Might be 205. Yeah. And I'm remembering a little feedback or something. I don't know if anybody else can hear that.
I think it's Rick's unit might be on.
What is it?
There's sometimes some feedback when we get Rick on,
yeah.
so I'll turn it off.
And that was Roger. That was one for the ages because you knocked off Oklahoma, who was ranked number 2 or 1 at the time or whatever it was, and he came out of nowhere. And that was the Orange Bowl record for a long time. So that's probably right up there. You could. All right, boom. We've got that up there.
Right, so you got this one up there. We need 2 more. What do you got? What do you got?
You think the chorus have one game that was
nothing
like
jumps out that says whoever had the record or whatever. I mean, who had the most threes? But that's not something that just stands
keep
out.
Going back to 84. Keep going back to the 15 tackles. That's just.
I'm telling you right now.
It's with a broke hand. With a broke hand.
You know what? And
but we lost the
game. In a couple of other years, you will have done that on one leg, too. When legend becomes fact, we'll do it. But other than that, wait a minute. What about there's got to be something in track, yes?
Yeah, the McFadden 321 probably. That's that time.
David mentioned that.
Yeah, that tied the record. Now let me ask you this: Does this creep, Josh? You have a different perspective. Where we have our Razorback glasses on. Does this thing creep into one of the great national performances?
In terms of
in baseball history, college baseball history, I think you have to say.
Oh yeah, this is one of the best pitching performances ever. Period.
Yeah, you almost have. Again, again? You've had 38 perfect games, but none of them have been.
Guys, the last college World Series no hitter predates you all.
Yeah, it was 1960.
And you all know about Bonanza, so I mean that gives you an idea of how old. How old it is.
You punk.
So I think you do have to say.
It's good though.
I wonder, Josh. I wonder what the record is, the NCAA record for most strikeouts in a game. I know it's got the College World Series.
Well, don't wonder. He's going to find you.
Yeah, we got the College World Series record, and we got the Razorback record at 19. I wonder where that stands as far as I'm sure somebody's gone 20.
Well,
I'm sure somebody's
19.
Is it the all-time?
It says 19 strikeouts broke the school record. Let's see. No, it's.
Yeah, I don't think that's for all of the history of college baseball. I bet you there's been a 20.
Somebody struck out. This cannot be real.
What's that?
20, 27? It says 26.
Okay, I don't doubt it.
I do. 26 strikeouts in a game.
Well, you had 19 yesterday.
Yeah, but 20. But okay, well.
But again, think about it, Josh. You have a dominant. You maybe have a lousy team that the guy's throwing against. It's not in the context of this game, which is the World Series. That makes the difference.
Yeah, I think so. It says that this guy. I think his name is Bobby Schultz. He played at Miami of Ohio. I think he struck out 26 guys against Wright State.
Again, not the pressure cooker that the College World Series, and I think you may mention, obviously, with only 2 in the history of the College World Series dating back to 1950, that shows the significance of where it is. I was even looking, where does it stand? And if you looked at the greatest college performance, if anything, if you had to think of it, when you think of the greatest college performances in football or basketball, what do you think of? Does anything come to mind? Vince Young's performance against USC
you know what? I'm
individually, that was a pretty.
Why does Phi Gamma Slam or North Carolina State?
But that's not an individual.
Basketball? I know.
Yeah. Tommy Frazier versus Florida. I remember that in Nebraska. That's a good one.
Joe Burrow throwing 6 first-half touchdowns in the Peach Bowl against Oklahoma comes to mind.
Charles Ballantyne tip back.
Doug Flutie against Miami. I think
one
he
play
had
though.
Well, I think he had a good game because it was 45-41 was the final. So I think he gets credit for only that one throw. But I think somebody said Deshaun Watson, Clemson versus Alabama.
Twice.
So anyway, again,
yeah, you're right.
We're just talking about this. This is worthy to be in the national discussion.
But you can't. You know, when you got a pitcher and a quarterback, you've got that. And unless it's a guy in or lady in track, I mean, what is it in basketball? You know, that someone can do individually.
What do you mean in basketball?
Because pitching, it's all you. I mean, quarterback wins or loses.
Well, you can complete the pass or run, or I think you can still do.
I'm not saying no. I'm trying to isolate those things.
Here's what Madre Hill 6 touchdowns against South Carolina. That was the all-time. I think that's the all-time record. I think that was at War Memorial. Someone says I disagree that it's an individual. Accomplishment. It is mostly, but his teammates had to make plays to keep that
no doubt.
no-hitter intact. One made a huge catch out, but it was only one.
But at 19, that's the difference is when you K-19.
Yeah, that was.
That means that there's only 8 outs that came by way of your defense, right? You'll see these no-hitters. You'll see no-hitters all the time where a guy walked a guy or two and struck out 6. That means that 21 outs. Came by way of your defense. This is this is over 2/3. Like over 2/3 of the outs came just by himself. And if you want to give somebody else credit, I mean, you can give Ryder Helfrich credit, but coaching staff is pretty adamant. Like Ryder calls a game, Gage pitches, and that one Reese Robinette stab. It was a good play, but I've seen a lot better plays to preserve no hitters. Not saying it was bad, but this was pretty much Gage and Ryder the entire way.
Did I say it was someone from the 501? Somebody said, "How about late in the game when the batter called timeout and Gage spit instead like that?" Did you see that?
Yep.
So apparently,
no, I did.
I think it was in the 8th, or I think it was the 8th or 9th, where guy called timeout and he was staring him down. He knew it was just he was trying to mess with him, and he spit.
Well, they need to. That's smart to do. You got to do something to get him off his rhythm, right?
Yeah,
he's just mowing you down.
Yeah, that last one, again, if you missed it, 98 miles an hour, I think, on the last strikeout. So coming up next hour, it could be very busy. Rick Schaefer, Justin Acrey will be jumping in with us, John Daly, all coming up in the 7 o'clock hour here in Bryant. We're at the Summerwood Sports Complex. They are having their Big Miller Summerwood Sports Basketball Team Camp. 24 of the top teams in the state will be playing basketball all day out here. $5 to get in, nothing to it.
And make sure summerwoodsports.com for more details on all the activities going on here, to include the Isaiah Joe shooting camp coming back in August and the sports summer camp in July.
Yeah, this is really just a spectacular place.
Yeah, it is.
One of the best in the country. Don't go away, 7 o'clock.
The best seats at the game don't always require tickets. Sometimes all you need is a pair of earphones. And 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you. With state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville have great rebates going on now for your pool with Pool Life and Bockwitz Hill Pool Chemicals. They also carry Serona Spa Chemicals and Frog Systems. That's what I use in my spa. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. Check them out online at luxurypoolarkansas.com.
Lost in the jungle of administrative agencies? From the Child Maltreatment Registry to professional licensing boards, don't monkey around with your livelihood. When in war, you need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
Radio for Arkansas sports geeks by Arkansas sports geeks. All day, every day. 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock.
State police are taking more action to protect children from online sextortion. According to the ASP, there were 169 reports of sextortion in 2024. There have already been 170 so far this year. June is Safer Internet Month, so ASP's Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force is urging parents to update their child's online safety strategies. Saline County Sheriff's deputies got a call about a shooting at a home on Terrace Drive Sunday night. They say 33-year-old Raul Mayorena shot and killed a man there, stole his car, and then drove off. Little Rock police tell us they eventually stopped the car and tried to pull it over, but say Mayorena led them on a chase until he crashed. At that point, he was arrested and taken to the Saline County Jail, where he's now being held for first-degree murder. This is Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Floyd Seafood, Kill Avenue in Sherwood. Crawfish season is ending soon. Floyd Seafood has live Louisiana crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for final boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 20% chance of a stray shower in the forecast for this Tuesday. Highs in the lower 90s, with partly cloudy conditions tonight, lows in the mid-70s. A shower or thunderstorm can't be ruled out Wednesday night with lows in the lower 70s, but clearing Thursday, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Listen each Friday during Drive Time Sports for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village. Staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care.
Life isn't just about living, it's about living well. No one understands that better than Baptist Health. They support you on your wellness journey wherever it may lead. Baptist Health really is so much more than a healthcare provider. They're a true partner, helping you live your fullest, healthiest life. Baptist Health provides a range of essential screenings for vital areas such as your heart, prostate, and colon, coupled with comprehensive and personalized care. They utilize state-of-the-art robotic surgeries to ensure faster recoveries and significantly less pain for their patients. You can always rely on the care you receive at Baptist Health to be delivered with Christian compassion. It's no accident that they are recognized as Arkansas's most trusted and innovative healthcare system. Their commitment to excellence is evident in every aspect of their service. When you need a partner in wellness, visit Baptist-Health.com to find the care you deserve. Baptist Health is so much more than a healthcare provider. They're a true partner, helping you live your fullest, healthiest life. Visit Baptist-Health.com to find the care you deserve. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
The leader in sportsbook apps in the state of Arkansas, Bet Saracen, has a club you might want to consider joining. It's the perfect offer for you if you like to play parlays. Head over to the Bet Saracen app, opt in, and get all the details on how to earn bonus cash with the Parlay Bonus Club. It's active through June, and it could be the key to stacks of sportsbook bonus cash. The Parlay Bonus Club on the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. Last month our Employee Pricing Plus program was a huge success, so we're going to do it again in June. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only at Fletcher Dodge do we have discounts up to $14,000 off trucks and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months on all new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. And the all new Jeep Compass 4-wheel drive for only $379 a month. And that's with no money down. And again, don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Forest River RV in Sherwood, Arkansas is now open. Come celebrate during our grand opening block party, June 20th through the 22nd. We'll have free food, on-site giveaways, and fun for the whole family. Plus, take advantage of huge grand opening discounts on the top Forest River floor plans. Tour hundreds of new RVs along with a large selection of quality pre-owned RVs. Don't miss the grand opening block party at the all-new Forest River RV dealership in Sherwood, June 20th through the 22nd. Get all the details at forestriverlittlerock.com/grand opening.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
If I can change.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
And you can change.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Everybody can change.
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
5 on this Tuesday, June 17th, we're in Bryant at the Summerwood Sports Complex, where they have the Big Miller Summerwood Sports basketball team camp today. Going to have one of the top SEC officials in the league stopping by. John Daly is a Russellville native in the 8 o'clock hour. We got John Daly coming up here shortly. Justin Acrey is going to be jumping on with us in a few minutes. But if we can, let's go. Well, let's check in with Rick Schaefer right now. Let's get moving.
Listen, mister.
Rick Schaefer on Morning Mayhem is brought to you by Edwards Food Giant. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people. The only stop you'll ever need to make your family's grocery needs.
Well, Rick, this is the perfect time to have a Rick Schaefer segment, Roger, because we're talking history today, one of the most amazing performances we've seen in the history of Razorback sports, and no better guy to help us sort of evaluate where this thing ranks than Rick Schaefer.
Agree.
Being a baseball guy like you are, Rick, you just had to just love what happened yesterday with Gage Wood and the Hogs.
Well, it's one of those things that we'll always remember. It only happened in about less than 3 hours. That's all it took. Gage Wood was amazing. I said on the show yesterday, this is not a fair comparison. Okay, I want to make that right off the bat. It's not a fair comparison. But I remember the first game of the 1968 World Series when Bob Gibson struck out 17 Detroit Tigers.
Right.
And the Tigers could not hit. They could not hit him. That was the case yesterday. Lower Little's College World Series, Murray State could not hit him. Could not. And I was thinking this morning, how many swinging third strikes on fastballs? They weren't foul tipped into the catcher's glove. They were swings and misses. So of those 19 strikeouts, I know some of them were curveballs that just froze them and they took. But how many were fastballs that they couldn't hit? And in the SEC, we see hitters hit fastballs, and Murray State's not maybe accustomed to that kind of fastball, but just think about it. They beat Ole Miss at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Mississippi beat Arkansas 3 times this year. So this is not – they were averaging 10 runs a game in NCAA tournament games. That's regional, super regional, and even after their first game loss, averaging 10 runs a game. They couldn't touch him. So that's why this rates as maybe higher than we can even – comprehend. And then you think about the third no-hitter in College World Series history. You know who the first one was thrown against? Tufts. Do we even know that Tufts has a baseball team now? And so you think about this, Jay, and there is no way to even put this into context. Phil Ellison called it as soon as the game was over. He said the greatest pitching effort in Razorback history. It was. And he even had how many games Arkansas had played. It's like 3,600 and something, or 3,900 and something, close to 4,000. And it was just absolutely amazing. But you know what? Today makes no difference.
Yes.
That will not carry over into today. Now, you talk about Arkansas getting some breaks. LSU and UCLA suspended because of rain. Now, we were talking with Justin Acrey on the show yesterday. He's over there. They never play 3 World Series games in a day, but they will pick up a suspended game and play the other 2. So, therefore, whoever loses this game today is going to have to come back and play Arkansas at 6 o'clock. Under the normal College World Series, if that game had been rained out, Arkansas wouldn't play till tomorrow. But
Yep,
because
how about
they did start, they've got to finish it, and provided the weather's okay, the loser has to come back and play tonight. And that'll be a tough chore. So that'll affect who Arkansas pitches tonight, depending on who they play. It depends on it. I got to believe they won't bring Root back as soon as today, but that means they could bring him back tomorrow.
Dang straight, yeah.
If they win.
Get to face LSU again.
That's exactly right, and I'll bet it'll be better the next time. So you think about Gage Wood's last performance. Didn't strike out a guy against Tennessee. Did not strike out a guy in 3 1/3 innings.
Crazy,
and he comes
Matt.
and walked guys. He comes back yesterday, and that was just beyond what we can imagine. And I heard you all compare it. What do you?
Did you say unbelievable yesterday? Somebody said you said unbelievable yesterday.
No, I said that's as close as you could come to using it, but it's really not.
Yes.
Because again, and I heard you say somebody struck out 26 in a college game.
Yes.
Was that a 9-inning game? Well, it probably was, because
probably
if he
was,
struck out 26,
Right. Yes.
because somebody struck out 20 at the College World Series, I think, but it was an extra inning game. And so 19's the most for a 9-inning game.
Let me ask you this, Rick. I do want to thank Edwards Food Giant. Where do you put this? You've got so much history in your head. Where does this rank? All sports. You can go track and field with Michael Conley and all those guys. Of course, he did that. He did that in the Olympics. McFadden's 312 yards. It tied the all-time rushing record against was it Tennessee?
It was 321.
Or South Carolina. I can't remember which one it was.
South
321.
Carolina.
Yes.
And Madre Hill 6 touchdowns. That game was at Fayetteville, not Little Rock.
Rolling Sales.
Yeah, rolling sales. Certainly for a one game, totally unexpected it'd be rolling sales, because Ben Cowens was the starting running back all year.
That's right. Yeah. The unexpected, the drama. But again, the term is, as far as the setting being high, pressure being high. This is probably as high as any of them, because it was a World Series game where you're facing elimination.
Yeah. That's
I
right.
mean, you've got to put it up there with the top 2 or 3. I don't see how you can. Is there anything else, Rick, that fits that?
Yeah, no, you mentioned Mike Conley. There were times that the Arkansas basically won national championships only because of him. So you have to – now, he didn't get all the points, obviously.
Right.
Well, obviously, Gage Wood didn't score any runs yesterday either. Somebody else had to drive in some runs. So it's all a team effort. But you'd have to say that. I think the McFadden-South Carolina game is – it's maybe the greatest game ever by a Razorback in football. And then, so I did have to look this one. I did have to look this one up. Remember Rodney Clark scored 51 in a game.
Yeah,
but it was a low pressure game.
Yes.
When I was looking through the record books too, do you know who holds the SEC record for most 3-point attempts in a game? Pat Bradley. One game against North Texas State. He was
42.
10 of 24 from 3-point range. He took 24 threes in a game. Can you believe that? And he made 10 of them. But now here's if you want to talk about college, and I remembered this one. You ever heard of a guy named Frank Selvey? Frank Selvey for Furman scored 100 points in a game in 1954.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, you think about it, Rick. Again, do this thing. You can take it even bigger. You can make it. You can make the argument one of the great performances in
it's the greatest game ever.
History.
It's the greatest game ever pitched at the College World Series.
Wow! All right, you heard that, Roger. He just dropped the mic right there. He just did. The greatest ever.
How could it not be?
No reason to
There have only been 2 other no-hitters, and we don't even remember. Those 1960 was the last one, and nobody's ever struck out 19 in a 9-inning game before. So I would say you'd have to say that's the greatest game pitched in College World Series history.
You saw the response from the sports world, like
it's everywhere.
Mahomes and Pat McAfee. Everybody appreciated the greatnart of that performance.
Really,
yesterday.
Mahomes? Wow.
Yep.
That's something.
Yeah. Well, he's a baseball guy. His dad. Yeah, his
I
was
know.
a baseball player.
He's a part owner of the Royals too. I know that. But but you even look this morning. Okay, Sports Illustrated's website, historic no-hitter. It's on there. ESPN's website. It's still, the video of him is on there, and it shows just about every one of his strikeouts, and it's still in the headlines, even though Oklahoma City won last night. There are other things that have happened. It's still in the headlines. It's everywhere. I'm watching while we're on the radio. I have MLB Network on a lot when we're on the radio, because I love baseball. I've obviously got the sound down. They're talking about it on the MLB network, Major League Baseball, not college baseball. They're talking about it. It's on ESPN Sports Center. After the game, usually it's, okay, Sports Center's next, and they say, hey, thanks so-and-so and so-and-so for doing the game. They talked about it for 5 minutes before they left for Sports Center. That never happens. Usually that's it, thanks, we'll see you at 6 o'clock the next game, so they got to get in the Sports Center. It is it's a national story. Now, the real national story would be if Arkansas would come back through the losers bracket and get to the championship. That would be a big deal.
It would be. Oh my gosh, it would make that be even more epic, historic.
And I'm figuring there's no way he can pitch again on this side of the bracket, but if they get to 2 out of 3, he could pitch again.
Yeah, it was magical. Everybody, again, it was perfect timing. It was done during the day where everybody could talk about it. And there wasn't any other competitions going on in these sports events. And so he's a Batesville Arkansas kid, Rick. That was made it great too.
And here's the other thing that I would compare. This is why I was thinking of Bob Gibson, who was as great a competitor as ever had played any game, any sport. And I'm thinking, you're looking at the pitch count in today, which I think is totally overrated. And, if guy let him pitch, and maybe we wouldn't have all these arm problems if you didn't baby him. And I'm thinking in the 8th inning, you look at the pitch count, and you're thinking, are they going to bring him out? And he had the same attitude of Bob Gibson. You're not taking me out. I think I read where they approached him in the 8th inning, and he just stared like, are you nuts? You're not taking me out. And 119 pitches for a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, that's not a bad deal.
But you know what's great, though, Rick, in this day and age, you do get the hook a lot quicker. And I love that Dave Van Horn said, not touching him. We're going to leave him in there, let him sit. And plus, it helps the team. No more arms are used. He carries it by himself.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it was
because you still got to win 3 games in 3 days after that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's
so
right.
It was magnificent. Watching it was, and I have to tell you, and I love the Razorbacks. I'm not objective. And I think everybody knows that. I worked there 24 years, and I was a Razorback fan before I worked there. And I got to tell you, my eyes were watery watching that at the end, thinking I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that. It was just amazing. Well, of course, if you love baseball too, you put those two together, it was pretty amazing.
We knew you would have an unbelievable perspective because you're a baseball guy. You've been around forever.
So you didn't believe a word I said?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why
you said I'd have an unbelievable perspective. That means you don't believe a word I said.
It again. I thought maybe I could slip it by you. You didn't notice that, but no, Rick, you put things in perspective. It is something that was very special. We'll always remember, and that kid will remember. He doesn't have to buy any barbecue anymore, thanks to Wrights, and so he'll have a lot of his dinners paid for in Fayetteville.
Is that
for the
right?
Rest of his life,
did they do that?
Yeah, he said he's got all the brisket for the rest of his life. It's on them. Great publicity. Smart move by the guys
Jordan
at Wright.
Wright. Way to go.
Yeah, George's no dummy. Well, Rick, we're going to hop off here with you a little quicker today. We got Justin there in Omaha. So thanks for the good info. Thanks to Edwards Food Giant. Have a great day. Hopefully we'll be talking about the Hogs next week when we talk to you.
That's exactly right. Won't that be great?
Yes. All right, Rick. Thanks, buddy. Have a great day.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Just getting information from Zach. Some thunderstorms will be possible later this morning throughout the evening, but it doesn't look like a washout yet for the early game.
What you don't want to have is all of a sudden Razorbacks playing at midnight tonight either. Trying to get that in. I guess they would just move it to tomorrow.
Could you imagine if Gage Wood was on that roll yesterday and he was involved in the night game?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's like he had like lights at like a knockout stuff, and it was like, nope, sorry. Yeah. 3 innings. All right.
Let's go to Omaha, Josh, if we can.
Coverage of the College World Series is brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant.
Good morning, Justin Acrey.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How did it feel to be a part of something that has not been done ever before, or I guess the combination of the no-hitter and 19 strikeouts that the College World Series hadn't seen since 1960?
Yeah, a couple records set. I mean, it was amazing, and it was a little nerve-wracking, David, to be honest with you. I looked at my son, and it was a really cool experience to share with him, obviously, but, I look over there after like 6 or 7 innings, I'm like, this dude, he can put it on. And then you wonder what's going to happen there, but, man, he lost tonight. I was so impressed by what he did in the 9th inning, and is, but I was like, okay, do I tweet? Because I started seeing people saying something after the announcer said something about it, I guess, on the TV broadcast after he hit the batter. But he said, shouldn't hit the guy in the eighth, so he was pretty frustrated. But I mean, the first one ever would have been really cool, man. But yeah, it was amazing. It was just a dominant performance. And hey, let's be honest, they needed it. I mean, the offense wasn't exactly lighting it up. I mean, Silva was their second best starter. He had a really good day. He did a nice job. And then Kellum came in and did a good job against Arkansas, too. So, I mean, it was, again, just didn't get a lot of timely hits, right? I mean, they had 10 hits in the game. They had a couple ducks on the pond in a couple situations and just couldn't get guys in. But, they missed some opportunities for the second straight day. But, it was an improvement over day one, so maybe they're a little better today.
Yeah, maybe you never know what gives a team a spark. You can't hit any worse than you had 5 yesterday. And, who knows? The other thing I want to talk about, obviously, with the change of schedule, how that might help the Razorbacks. You still got some rain today, but now you got LSU back at the ballpark, at 9 o'clock this morning. So that would seem to be an advantage for us.
I can't imagine a scenario where it doesn't help you. I mean, it's not like it's first game jitters out of the way or something like that. I mean, they've already played a game. So, I mean, no, I think it's great for Arkansas. I mean, and again, did they come back with Ianson? I would doubt it. I mean, you already got him warmed up and lathered up, and he pitches a couple innings. I don't know. Maybe they will. That'll be another curious thing, right? And so that's kind of a good thing, bad thing, because if they don't bring him back, Baz, I mean, then you got him potentially in the mix if they happen to win the game to go against Arkansas on Wednesday or Thursday, because he's only thrown a couple innings. So we'll see what it shakes out there. I think that's a big storyline. And then you guys alluded to the weather, and, I hope Zach's info is right, Raj, and we don't get a washout tonight, but that's potentially going to either make things real late for Arkansas or potentially they could be playing that 10 a.m. slot tomorrow and be in the same boat. So we will have to see what happens. I mean, that's the thing with Mother Nature. But, I mean, Arkansas might be in that same spot that LSU and UCLA are in today.
What about the turnout yesterday? Roger and I, we were driving back, so we didn't get a chance to watch it. Was it 15,000 fans, Arkansas fans there? What was the layout like there for the
we shall call it a late arriving crowd, Devin. I mean, I looked out there and I was like, when the game, and it was really hot when the game started. Right. I mean, we were in the sun and we kind of snuck up into some shaded seats, thank God. But it was beating on them, and I felt bad for the fans. But man, it filled in by the end of the game. It was full. They ended up with 24,000 officially and change. So it was a really good crowd by the end. Murray State, you know what? They repped, and I was impressed. And it's not a terrible drive. I think it's like maybe 9.5 hours I looked at it to Murray from here. So I was impressed by the number of Murray State fans. Now, they took over this bar across the street from DJ's, and we went through there and talked to a few of their fans. They were very gracious. And, I mean, again, it's sort of like the Razorbacks position the day before, right? Just like pitcher had a great day. He's a really good pitcher. You tip your cap and move on. That's baseball, and it's a lot more fun when you're on the other side of it for sure.
Yep.
On the radio broadcast we were listening to, they did point out that the University of Arkansas is the closest.
Oh, that's right. They did say that.
To Omaha from all the other teams that are there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I did, and we did hear him say there was like 18,000 in there. But later on, as we're making our way back, he did say it looks like we have some late arrivals is coming. I didn't see that last number until you just pointed that out, Justin. So we knew that they were filling up like that, which is great. Well, I mean, other than the LSU game, was the weather perfect for the Hog game?
Other than being a little hot.
Yeah, just being hot. It was great. No, it was totally fine. And there were times where we'd get some cloud cover, and the breeze was pretty nice. And the wind was shifting all over the place. So I tweeted out, and then I deleted it because when the game started, the wind was blowing straight out the center. And then the next inning, it was kind of blowing across, and then the next inning, it was blowing in. So, I mean, it was kind of shifting around and swirling. So, wind's kind of wacky out there. But, again, they had a couple long balls, and thank God it wasn't blowing out to right because, Wood might have gotten in trouble on a couple of those shots. But, it was funny. I was sitting in front of some LSU fans, and, boy, they were cheering hard for Murray State. They did not want to see any more from Arkansas. But, I mean, we would have been in the same boat. I'll tell you this, I'd love to see UCLA find a way to come back and win today because beating LSU twice is no easy task for sure. And, heck, UCLA's pretty darn good, too. I mean, beating them twice isn't going to be easy either. So, I'm looking forward to them keeping on here. So, we'll see. I mean, they're in great shape from a pitching standpoint. That's the other thing. I mean, with him going 9 innings, you couldn't ask for a better situation going through the losers bracket than what you've had so far. I mean, Fox has pitched a third of an inning. You haven't used most of your key guys. And thank goodness you got such a great performance from Gatlin, too. He ate so many innings. So, I mean, you really have had it go about as well as it possibly could outside of winning the first game.
And you'll be at DJ's dugout for your show today, and and then of course the only game that will be only show that would be affected would be Double R's if everything stays on schedule. I guess that last at 5:30 to 6. Hey, I was going to ask, putting this thing in perspective and talking with Rick Schaefer, you don't have a lot of comparisons in the history of Razorback sports where this fits. You know, you got McFadden 321, the Roland Sales Orange Bowl. You just don't have these standalone moments, so it really just sort of jumps to the for Rick to say, Rick said it, what did he say, Roger? The greatest performance in college baseball history, and the response to the sports, world yesterday sort of showed that what he did was really unique. Did anything come to mind for you from you've been in the state long enough and covered the Hogs? Does anything jump out to you?
I can't think of anything. It would take, something like a guy scoring 60 in the Final Four, or something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's just such a unique thing. And again, 3 ever, and it's been 65 years. It would have been so cool, and I hate it for him. And I know he'll always think about that because you can tell that's the kind of competitor he is. But if you just don't get that, to have the only perfect game in College World Series history would have been pretty neat. But no, I can't imagine anything. Again, when you're facing elimination, especially, right? It's just such an incredible, and you need it. You got to have it. It's still so early, and you need to save your pitching. It was just such a critical performance.
Yeah, Jay Bird, all we talked about during the LSU game. Where's our bats? Where's our bats? Where's our bats? Here we are. We win this game. Great, near as close to a perfect game as you can get without getting it. But where was our bats this game? And are you concerned with that moving forward?
Well, like I said, I think you're going to get deeper into everybody's staff, right? So I hope that pays dividends. And again, we saw what this team did offensively all year. They didn't drive to Omaha and get out of hit, So I just don't imagine that they will stay down. And, you had a couple of your top guys get a couple hits yesterday. And what a day for Thomas. That's one thing that kind of got lost in this is Justin Thomas goes 4 for 4 yesterday. He was fantastic at the bottom of the order. And, Robinette had the home run the other day. So the bottom of the order has been okay, but Iredale didn't do anything yesterday. But, I'm not overly concerned, honestly. And I think, again, the deeper you get into pitching staffs from these schools, the better off the offense is going to be. So I think they'll find a way. And they try to play a little small ball yesterday and manufacture some runs and bunch of guys over. But again, you still got to get a key hit and get guys in. And they missed on a couple of opportunities. You left 9 guys on base, so and you had 10 hits. So you do the math. And they only walked a couple of guys. So got to get the timely hit. And they only really got 1 yesterday.
Well, hopefully we'll be talking to you tomorrow about another win. And, a kind of game like that yesterday, who knows, could spark your team. Yeah. You're due with the bats. This could be some great drama. And it was fun to see. It was fun. Roger, it was funny. We were talking back and forth. I know we came here in strikeouts. Yeah. But I didn't realize he had not given up a hit. So we didn't realize
you're absolutely right.
So we got back to the station. Down and
forth. Every time we turned the radio back on, it would be strikeout.
What a treat. Well, all right, Justin, thank your sponsors, and we'll hopefully be talking about another win tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to Whataburger and Edwards Food Giant, Bet Saracen, and looking forward to being here for a good long while. Maddox asked me last night, guys, Dad, can we do some laundry? So I will say, Candlewood Suites, tip of the cap, free laundry. Who has that? They have complimentary laundry service here. Amazing.
Well, they're no dummies. Yeah, they know about the World Series. All right, Justin, we'll talk tomorrow. Thanks.
See you, boys.
We'll take a break, come back and visit with John Daly. We're here at Summerwood Sports Complex in Bryant, one of the nicest facilities in America.
Yeah, it is.
It's the nicest in Arkansas. It's got to be one of the nicest, if not the nicest, in the South. 24 teams playing all day today and tonight.
Yep, starting at 9 o'clock, Baz. You've got games at every gym.
Yeah, very cool.
Every gym going on.
So while we're doing the show,
absolutely,
we'll have some ambiance.
So we got Harbor versus Marion in 1. Gym 2, Jacksonville taking on Bryant. And this court 2, North Little Rock taking on Fayetteville. And that all starts at 9 a.m. today.
And we'll have an SEC referee with us, basketball referee. We'll ask him maybe some of the great performances that he has seen. If you got a comment about Gage Wood and what he did yesterday, pop us a text 661-1037. Do not go away, 7:30.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas will live to fight one more day at the College World Series thanks to history from Gage Wood.
The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood no-hits him, and the Hogs win it 3-0. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas. Here in downtown Omaha, Gage Wood throws a no-hitter. They're coming out to mob Gage Wood, who pitched the game of his life.
Phil Ellison on the call on the Razorback Sports Network as the Hogs win 3-0 against Murray State. They preserve their season for at least one more day as Gage Wood throws the third no-hitter in College World Series history. He sets the all-time record with 19 strikeouts for a game in the College World Series. The Hogs will play again tonight against the winner of UCLA and LSU, a game that still needs to be finished after it was suspended yesterday. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We got a 20% chance of a stray shower in the forecast for this Tuesday, highs in the lower 90s. With partly cloudy conditions tonight, lows in the mid-70s. We'll stay partly sunny Wednesday, but rain chances increasing towards the late afternoon and evening, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
Hey folks, this is David BAZZEL for Simmons Bank. What started as a hometown bank in Pine Bluff more than 120 years ago, Simmons Bank has expanded their footprint to more than 200 locations across the Mid-South. Simmons Bank offers comprehensive financial solutions delivered with a client-central approach. Last year, Simmons Bank was recognized by U.S. News & World Report as one of the best companies to work for in the South, and in 2023 by Forbes as one of the world's best banks. The Simmons Bank Championship presented by Stevens was named the best tournament on the PGA Tour Champions by the golfers themselves. It's very rare that a first-year tournament wins an award from the players like the Simmons Bank Championship did. George Macris and his strong team at Simmons Bank can help you grow. Give them a shot and tell them Baz sent you. You can find all of their locations on the web at SimmonsBank.com. With more than $27 billion in total assets, Simmons Bank continues to grow. Join me and many others and make Simmons Bank your bank. SimmonsBank.com or check out a branch near you. One of the best banks in America located right here in Arkansas.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
I'm Allison Greenwood. I live in Pulaski County. I got a notice from my insurance carrier saying that my premium was going up to over $1,000 a month. My insurance agent called me and said, "Hey, Farm Bureau has a new product." I said, "Well, tell me more." In less than 24 hours, I was signed up with the Farm Bureau health plan, saving over $500 a month, and I was a happy girl.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
Always make sure to say please and thank you. Morning Mayhem is back on the air, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
All right, 7:33. Justin Boyd joins us now. Good morning, JM.
Hey, guys.
What's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. How are y'all?
Listen, we're happy. We're over here in Bryan at Summerwood Sports. They're playing basketball all day. We're talking about the historic performance of Gage Wood yesterday, which, did you get a chance to watch all of it?
I did, yeah. Wow. I mean, wow.
I know. It was
that was
spectacular.
Incredible. Yeah, incredible. I mean, just unreal. The third no-hitter, third no-hitter in College World Series history. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, we're talking about. We'll visit with John Daly here in a second. Just where this thing ranks. Rick Schaefer said it was the greatest pitching performance in the history of college baseball. So, under the pressure, where it's at, the way it was done, you can certainly make the one pitch away from a perfect game. That Murray State team may not have been LSU, but they were a hot team coming in, and they made it to the World Series. And so, let's see let's check in with our buddy John Daly and see what John has to say about that.
Big John is the winner of 2 major championships. He's a national sports icon who does it his way with no apologies. Over his decades-long career, he's raised millions of dollars for charities including his beloved Boys and Girls Club of Dardanelle and Arkansas Razorback for Life. John Daly on Morning Mayhem is made possible by Moe's Southwest Grill. Ask about our catering for your next event. Email catering@moesar.com. Stepping off the tee box into the mayhem, it's John Daly.
All right. Hit it. Can I get a Wu Pig Suey, John? Let's go.
How about that, huh?
Where'd you watch the game?
The hardest thing for me was I didn't know about it until I got back. I had an outing yesterday, and all I was doing was following the score. I couldn't get it on my phone, and it just wouldn't work. I usually watch the Hogs if I can on my phone when I'm doing an outing, but I got to talk to people and everything. All I was doing was following the score.
Right.
Then I see basically no hitter in 65 years of the College World Series, and I missed it. But I was so happy that we won, and now I'm hearing everybody talk about it. I wish I could have seen it. I really
JD, it was incredible. I mean, the dude was just nails. I mean, it was crazy.
The question is, John, we were asking Rick Schaefer, when you think of the greatest performances, you're an old Razorback athlete, what the greatest performances in the history of the university, there are not a lot of individual ones while you're at the U of A. Obviously, you look at your stuff, once you became a pro. But McFadden's 321 against South Carolina, the Roland Sales game against Oklahoma. What else was there, Roger? Maybe there was one other we mentioned.
South Carolina game with McFadden.
Yeah, I mentioned that 321. Yeah. Is there anyone? Can you guys think of anything?
Conley? Did you say Conley?
Well, there's really not one you think of when it comes
when you think of track as an
but
individual.
But you don't think of anything that stands out. Yeah.
You mentioned him.
John, can you think of any that would stand out? Yeah.
I mean, it would be a team with who was it was it Joe Klein or was it Hastings when we beat Phi Slamma Jam at 64-63 and they were number one?
I think it was Joe.
I think
it was Joe.
Right?
Yeah, that was Joe. I mean, that was a game that we weren't supposed to win, and but that was totally just the greatest game I ever saw in my life in basketball. But
right,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I could think of anything else that would even do it. And for me, not to get to see him pitch, it just really ticks me off. I was more ticked off that we left so many guys on base. We had a lot. We could have had a lot more runs than that. And I'm going, come on, guys, hang on, just win this game. I'm not looking at the pitch count. I'm not, I'm just looking at the score. And wow, what a great day for Razorbacks, though. Oh wow.
Well, now you got a situation where LSU has to play this again today. They play UCLA, and so that's a positive for us. One of those obviously two teams will play tonight, and at 6. Hopefully, if the weather stays fine, and maybe that kind of game. Justin, we've had 2 games where we hadn't hit the ball, and maybe this, having that kind of performance yesterday, maybe it'll click. Listen, we're due. I guarantee you that we're due.
Yeah. Here's the other thing is, I mean, obviously it was awesome that he threw a no-hitter, but here's what he did. He saved our bullpen.
Sure did.
I mean, we still have pretty much everybody but Gackle can go. Like Root could go again.
Yep.
Because he only threw like 38 pitches. Outside of Gackle, I mean, like the guys that threw in game 1 against LSU can go again. Who'd they throw? Gibbler and forget who else they threw. Fouch, I think. They can both go again. And I told a buddy of mine this after we lost to LSU, which sucked, obviously, but you got to give Cade Anderson all the credit in the world. Tip your cap and go, hey, man, you were just that good. I mean, he was incredible. And the plate ump was giving him that outside fastball, a ball or two off the plate. You can't hit that. I mean, you can't hit it. If he's going to get that call, it's lights out. I mean, you're not going to beat him that day. And so, but my point where I was going with that, I told my buddy, I go, look, if we can get back to LSU, because LSU has two starters that have given us fits. Well, Anderson we got to the first time we played him, but the other kid, I forget his name, shut us down in Baton Rouge. But we have a much deeper bullpen than they do. So if we can get back to LSU, we still are in this thing. I mean, we really are. I know normally losing the first game is a death sentence, but we're still in this thing because we have a really lengthy staff.
Yeah, there's no question about it, Justin. You feel better. Again, no arms wasted yesterday. We win the game without hitting well, so we're due to hit the ball. The other thing I was going to say, John, too, what was great that was about the kid's an Arkansas kid. Now, just because he wasn't an Arkansas kid doesn't make it different. But I just love it. It's a Batesville, Arkansas kid that grew up here and loves the Hogs. His dad was wearing a baseball helmet and a big chain, and he was going crazy in the stands, so it made for a good story. And he's throwing on his 117th pitch. He's throwing 98. I mean, he was still, and the Murray State guys even gave him credit. Said, listen, that dude, what can you do? He's on his almost 120th pitch. He's still throwing almost 100 miles an hour. So it was like you said,
Baz, he sat at 96, 97.
Yeah, sure
I mean, he wasn't hitting 96, 97, 98.
Yeah,
that's where he sat the entire game, which is just crazy.
John, are you going to be able to watch the game tonight, or do you have this whole week? Do you have commitments where you can't watch games?
I'm doing a sign. So I'm on East Coast. I'm doing a signing from 6 to 7:30 at Myers up here in Akron. We're here at Firestone, but 6 to 7:30, so I'll be able to watch it. It's not. Is the LSU game? They're still suspended. They're in the top of the fifth, aren't they?
That's correct. That's right.
Are they still up 4-3?
Yeah,
or 5-3.
I think it's 5-3.
5-3 now.
Yeah.
But here's an interesting stat. Hopefully that we can do, because the last 22 out of 25 World Series, College World Series have been won. The teams at 22 have won the first game. So we could be the first team, and we'd be only 4 teams in the last 25, 26 years. If we could pull this off, we'd be the 4th team, I think, if that stat's right. That lost the first game to win it all.
Well, did we confirm it yesterday that the last team to come out of the losers bracket was Oregon State, who beat us in 2018?
They beat us.
I mean, that's Justin. That's a wonderful memory to have. It shows that it can happen. Obviously, we saw it happen against us. And Roger and I were coming back, John, from Branson, and we were sort of talking in between, and we were hearing all the strikeouts, but we didn't know that he'd had a no-hitter going. And so it is one of those things we can always look back on and go, one of the greatest performances. You don't get a lot of those opportunities, and so we'll see what happens the rest of the way. Look, obviously a lot of fun, to be waiting around now today. It was fun. Actually, it was fun to have a game on during the day yesterday, Roger, when we were driving back from we did have a good time with Terry Bradshaw again. Terry, he looks like John. He looks like he's going to call us each week during the football season, if you can believe that. So we had a good time up in Branson doing his show. I did want to say, JD, I saw about Zach Top. Justin's really been complimentary about Zach Top, a young guy who sort of sounds like a 90s country guy. Did you see the quote that he said about you?
I remember seeing one about something about a cell phone, but that's been a year or so ago. But
he says one of his favorite things about becoming well known, becoming a celebrity. He said is getting a call from you. He says sometimes when John is drunk, he'll call and just say, what you doing? And he said, well, I'm about to go on stage. You said, I just want to let you know Dad loves you, and I'll talk to you later. that was
I do that sober to him too, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And Justin, you even said you were impressed with this guy, right? Zach Top, young guy.
Yeah, he's great. He's really, really good. Yeah.
JD, well, let's hope that we get another game to talk about. And what did you think of the U.S. Open? Did you watch any of it the other day?
I kind of watched the end of it, and it's just unbelievable. It's depressing to watch the USGA, how bad they official these tournaments. Burnsy should have got a drop. I mean, those fairways look like Lake Dardanelle, and I just don't understand. They're the ones with the RNA, through the PGA of America, through the PGA Tour, make these rules, and these guys were in casual water. And just about every time they hit a fairway, for them not to give these guys drops, to go against their own rules, shame on them. I'm sorry that I don't like the USGA because of that reason. You make the rules, and yet you don't abide by them. Burnsy's water was coming over his shoes, basically, and they don't give him a drop. Come on. I mean, it's just sad the way they run golf tournaments, but the 64-footer that Spawn made, finally somebody got to cheer about the 6 holes that I watched these leaders come in.
Yes,
the fans finally got to cheer about something good.
Right. Well, JD, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Have a great rest of the week. Hopefully, we'll be talking about the Hogs playing in the national championship game next week.
Let's do it. Go Hogs. Love you guys.
Go Hogs. Love you too, buddy. But Daddy, thanks to Moe's. Appreciate Brendan LeCue sponsoring JD.
Welcome to Moe's. Raj, you're an impressionist. Have you noticed when he says that in that clip?
Welcome to Moe's.
Yeah, it really upsets me.
Like the Moe's, like he gets shaky at the end.
Welcome to Moe's.
It's some reverb.
Welcome to Moe's.
All right, we'll
I noticed little nuances like that.
No,
I
you
don't
can
know
hear
why.
it.
When you hear it enough, you got to pick something up.
Welcome
Justin,
to Moe's.
You'll be excited to know we're here at the Summerwood Sports Center, or here in Bryant, that owned by the Hendricks. 6 basketball courts. They've got 24 of the top teams in the state of Arkansas, including J.J. Andrews, who is the son of Sean Andrews, who just committed to Coach Calipari. But we're also going to have one of the top SEC officials on the show with us, Justin. He's a Russellville guy.
Oh, I can't wait to have an official on. That's exactly how I would have drawn up today.
Exactly. So I
don't know
Justin,
who you are. I hate umpires. I hate referees.
All right, do not go away. It's 7:47 here in Morning Mayhem.
Criticize me and say I'm damn in the end. He tells me next Sunday they're having baptisms. I go down in that water.
When it comes to our health, we all know the importance of maintaining an active lifestyle. Hey everybody, Josh Neighbors here for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative health. And if you're like me, you want to be active. I want to play basketball basically 5 days a week. For you, it might be coaching your kid's baseball team or playing pickleball with your friends. One thing that can keep us from achieving that healthy lifestyle, joint pain. For me, it's my back. Whatever it is, QC Kinetics can help. They've been on the cutting edge since 2018, and they've helped tens of thousands of people achieve lasting joint pain relief by using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing. Regenerative health used to be viewed as an alternative treatment, but now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics, they are the nation's leader. Their well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments that help revitalize and restore those damaged joints. They're going after the source of the pain. So you can say goodbye to that chronic pain, and you can get back on the baseball field, on the pickleball court, wherever it is that's your happy place, your active place. So check them out, this revolutionary treatment, and get a free consultation as well. Call QC Kinetics today. That's 501-222-8440, 501-222-8440.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SAND25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SAND25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SAND25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Lease the Hyundai Tucson for $289 per month, or get 2.99% APR for 48 months. See your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 7th. Call 469-405-7740 for details.
Through the end of the month, shop the Hustler Turf Power Plus Performance Sales Event and save on select DeWalt products. Save up to $600 on a Hustler Fast Track Series mower, or up to $350 with the purchase of a Hustler Raptor Series on select DeWalt products. Both the Fast Track and Raptor mowers boast all the features Hustler is known for, like their trademark smooth track steering, integrated parking brake, and heavy-duty fabricated steel decks and one-piece tubular frames. Stop in today at Cabot Outdoors or CabotOutdoors.com.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback baseball color analyst and Drop Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
Your morning drive will never be the same with Morning Mayhem on the radio, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
And everybody is standing at Charles Schwab Field. One strike from history. One ball, two strikes. Wood deals. Swung on and missed. It's a no-hitter. Helfrich grabs Wood. His teammates surround him. Everybody storming out of the bullpen. The third no-hitter in College World Series history is pitched by Arkansas's Gage Wood. What a moment in Omaha.
I mean, just so close to the perfect game, and I'll be the first one to say it. There was nothing being said or talked about in our dugout whatsoever. We were just going to let him roll, and no, there was no chance he was coming out after 8. He did a super job, man. I'm so proud of him and proud of the team bouncing back.
Had some comments. Thank you. Ba-ba-na-na-na. Somebody, it was Elizabeth that said, sent a text and said, if the score would have been different, if the score would have been 8-0 or 10-0, do you think they leave him in there no matter what?
Why would they yank him?
Well, you get to if you're thinking when you get to 6 or 7, you're thinking, well, do we save this?
I think so. I think so because of the format of the tournament. Because again, like I mentioned when JD was on or right before he got on, we're trying to save pitching.
Yeah, right.
So if you got a guy rolling, you let him roll. That saves the pen.
Yeah, because at a certain point, you Root is 38 pitches, so yeah, you can bring him back. But I mean,
right.
As a starter, Jay, I mean, you hit a certain amount of pitches, like your outing is your outing, and you're kind of back on the back on the schedule, like you're back on the normal schedule. Whether you throw 75 pitches or you throw 115,
yeah, you go 80.
Yeah,
80 to whatever. What did he throw? 120 or something like that.
Yeah, you're not coming back till a championship series game.
No, he's not coming back. No.
I want to remind everybody, too, speaking of Moe's, who sponsors John Daly, don't forget if you want to have Moe's catered to your office for 15, go to the Buzz website and register to that. We'll do the drawing on Friday for that Raji Dodge.
Welcome to Moe's.
Bill, Victor, Bill and Baz night. It's so Wednesday night. Valentine, you need to come to that. So if you guys want to come out and hang out
Wow,
with
where's
us,
my
Soul
invite?
Restaurant. Come on, Josh. Come on. Yeah, I thought he gave you an invite the other day.
Well, no, he, Megan and I are going to go. He gave me a private invite. Well, he might be trying to,
Well, you could come to.
Look up the definition. Let me type this in. SW.
Today is also National Mascot Day. What do you think that the most popular mascot is in the state of Arkansas?
Razorbacks.
High school.
Oh,
I'm sorry, in terms of
Bulldog.
Bulldog is number 2 with 21 schools where they have Bulldog.
Devils.
Is it one of the Panthers?
Panthers is number 4 with 18. There's 5 Red Devils.
Oh, there you go.
Devils.
Valentine's got it.
No.
Tigers.
Tigers is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did we already say Bulldogs?
Yes. It's Bulldogs second with 21.
Panthers.
Is it Hornets?
What's that?
Hornets
He
or Panthers?
just talked about the Panthers.
I'm like 30 seconds behind here.
Yeah.
Dad's 11 today. Sorry, guys.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hornets number 6.
Oh, terrible.
Thank you.
By the way, too, there's an Apaches.
Oh, that's cool.
Huh? Where's the Apaches at? I saw a list.
I want to know.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to know how bad they are. I mean, in a good way, bad.
I'll give you a hint.
Lions,
Wildcats,
Bears.
What'd you say, Josh?
Wildcats.
Or, Justin? Wildcats is correct.
Number 1 is
Number
Wildcat?
1. There is.
No, that was Josh. That wasn't me.
I'm sorry. 26 Wildcats. There is 1 charging Wildcat.
Okay, wait a minute. How many Bulldogs?
There are 21 Bulldogs.
And how many Wildcats?
26.
I would not have guessed
Here we go.
Wildcats as the clubhouse leader.
14 Lions, 10
Obviously.
Pirates, 8 Bears, 8 Bobcats, 8 Mustangs, 5 Cougars, 5 Dragons. Here's
and a part.
You wouldn't think 10 Pirates in a landlocked state. Like Baz, how many Pirates are in Florida? Like 70?
Or Dolphins. We got
a million Dolphins. You're right. Yeah.
The other one. So Chris Babb says it's the Pottsville Apaches. How about that? What about the Buckaroos? We got a Buckaroos. Where's that at here in the state?
Buckaroos.
Buckaroos. How about that?
I don't know.
We got a Chickasaw. We got a Buckaroo. We got several others we'll continue to go through. Wow. Yeah, how about that?
I've never guessed.
We are celebrating the excellence of Gage Wood today. An Archie from Batesville. Batesville is are they the Pirates? Is it Batesville Pirates, as a matter of fact? I want to say that. What is it? Mountaineers? What is it? Pioneers. I think that's what it is, yeah.
Hey, Bez, do y'all put people into the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame for individual performances? Because somebody said nominate Gage Wood for Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame.
That's interesting. I don't think they do, but you could certainly – look at when he finishes his career. I mean, he may have a great enough career where it could go in all together, but that's an interesting way of looking at it.
Look at that Pioneer.
Yeah, it is Pioneers. Thank you, everybody who is sending us text messages. Smack over Buckaroos, is that right? I think that's right. Do not go away. We got Justin's favorite guest on next, SEC official here at Summerwood Sports. Don't go away.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you. With state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Here's another Whataburger DM. Miranda says, it's 2023 and still no Pico Burger. How do we get y'all to pick it back up? Miranda, we totally thought we responded to this. We know it's been a minute or two, but good news, the Pico de Gallo burger is back up. Yep, the 2 fresh beef patties covered with crisp Pico de Gallo, 2 slices of pepper jack and creamy cilantro lime sauce you love is back. And it's all thanks to you. The Pico de Gallo burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the lyric with Justin Moore, brought to you by Honda of Russellville, where you can check out the new Honda Mud Pro Series ATVs or Goldwing trikes at hondarussellville.com.
1037 The Buzz.
You know how I am. You guys know how I am. I don't forget anything.
Crushing all the competition.
So you can take that to the bank.
A woman from Mina has been missing since 1989, and 36 years later, her daughter is still on a mission to find her. Susan Lynn Darce Burns was 36 when she disappeared. Her daughter, Tanya Kimsey, never got to know her because she moved away with her dad after she was born. The last time Kimsey heard anything about Burns was when she was 14, but she's still determined to find out what happened. Today, the Arkansas Attorney General's office will host its 14th annual program to raise awareness about the missing and the efforts to find them. It will run from 9 to 3 at the Benton Event Center. One man is facing charges for a deadly shooting in El Dorado. Police say 27-year-old Kawan Love shot and killed 26-year-old Ladrorius Carter in a gas station parking lot. He turned himself in after the shooting. He's now charged with first-degree murder and is being held on $1 million bond. This is Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Floyd Seafood, Kill Avenue in Sherwood. Crawfish season is ending soon. Floyd Seafood has live Louisiana crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for final boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 20% chance of a stray shower in the forecast for this Tuesday, highs in the lower 90s, with partly cloudy conditions tonight, lows in the mid-70s. A shower or thunderstorm can't be ruled out Wednesday night with lows in the lower 70s, but clearing Thursday, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Hi, this is Joe Klein with Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. Whether you're dining in for daily specials like Cheese Dip Happy Hour, driving through for a barbecue bulk pickup order, or prefer our full-service catering, our professional staff at Corky's has you covered. Corky's in Little Rock and North Little Rock. We'll see you soon. And be sure to listen each week when I stop by 1037 The Buzz.
Old number 53 here, and back in my day, I was fortunate to be around some great teams, along with some great teammates. And even now, all these years later, I'm also grateful to be a part of a great team here at 1037 The Buzz. But you know another great team that I've come to appreciate over the years? It's the team over at Edwards Food Giant, and there are 11 stores located all over the metropolitan area, including their Edwards Cash Saver stores. And let me tell you this, if you haven't been to the newest Edwards Food Giant in North Little Rock in the Lakewood Village Shopping Center, you really need to stop by there. This store is truly the most beautiful grocery store that I've ever been inside of. The layout with their used selection and inventory, including their deli and salad bars, is the best. Of course, their meat department at Edwards will truly blow you away too. That newest Edwards store has everything from heat and eat, meal solutions, weekly specials, to a giant wine department, to their dry-aged beef that's been temperature and humidity controlled for 28 days in their cooler, resulting in a steak that's tender, flavorful, and unlike any steak you've ever had. So see for yourself why the team at Edwards Food Giant is now Central Arkansas's favorite place to shop.
Fellas, you thinking about starting TRT? That time is now at Low T Center. The consultation and test are free for a limited time only. Don't let Low T slow you down this summer, man. Get the energy you need at Low T Center. Book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com. You can thank me later.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Dodge here in Sherwood. Our employee pricing program was such a big hit for May. We're going to do it again in June. We had a fantastic month, and you really responded. Remember, employee pricing simply means you pay what we pay. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. Folks, there's no gimmicks, no hoops. You pay what we pay. Only Fletcher Dodge has the discounts in addition to employee pricing of up to $14,000 and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Got some other great deals. New Jeep Wranglers, $7,000 off. New Jeep Compasses for only $379 a month with no money down. Don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes right on the internet. FletcherCredit.com. At Fletcher Dodge, we're always going to give you the best price and the lowest finance rates. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville have great rebates going on now for your pool with Pool Life and Backwoods Hill Pool Chemicals. They also carry Serona Spa Chemicals and Frog Systems. That's what I use in my spa. Live a life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. Check them out online at LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. Timothy Chalamet was sensational in channeling a young Bob Dylan in the film A Complete Unknown. He also willingly played the game in making rounds for his Oscar campaign. He didn't win, but his honesty about wanting to win was refreshing. He said, "I spent 5.5 years of my life on this project. Of course I want to win." Chalamet teaches us an important lesson. Do your very best, whether you win or not, and then your work will speak for itself. How many double B's must a man walk in before they say, "Welcome to Double B's"? The answer, my friend, is taking you to Double B's. The answer is taking you to Double B's. Y'all be cool. See you at Double B's, cats.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
Please.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
The Moretti's!
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
They're below or above the Navy?
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
Smart ass. 8:06 here on this Tuesday, June 17th. We're here in Bryan at the amazing Summerwood Sports Facilities. 6 basketball courts, 3 amazing gymnasiums. And Justin, I'm going to send you a picture, man. It looks, it just really, this thing is built just for these kind of events, which is, 24-team tournament. If you've got birthday parties or coaching clinics you want to do.
Pickleball, volleyball, all
anything.
That's going on. Go to SummerwoodSports.com.
Brand spanking new.
It's got that new car smell in it is what it is.
It looks modern.
Pop me up there, Joshua.
A couple things. I know we're going to visit with John Daly, who is the head of the SEC Basketball Officials Association here in just a second. He's from Russellville.
Yeah, again, I read some of the new rules. That's what we'll talk to him about.
Did want to mention that our buddy, Michael Marion, had an announcement today. Where is that at? It was, Justin's buddy, Riley Green, is coming to Little Rock November 22nd with opening act Jamie Johnson. Of course, Justin, you guys work together on Get Along, right? Can we all get along? I think that was the name of it, or
everybody get along.
Everybody get along. Yeah, that was a great, fun song. That mentions, I think you mentioned in there Panama. One of you mentioned Panama City in that. I can't remember which one of you did, but fun song. Remember, he was one who played for Jack Crow. We realized he played for Jack Crow. Anyway, tickets go on sale for him Friday. Again, the show is not till November. A lot of folks are putting in. Amber said, "I wish we're named she's from the Jonesboro Hurricane." She goes, "Really? Shouldn't we be tornadoes, not hurricanes?" Somebody said, "I'm a rice bird." Whoa, look, how about being a rice bird? I don't know. I guess I never thought about that. I never thought about having we're the Dolphins. You guys make fun of my Dolphin mascot. Well,
ain't that kind of close to a dolphin? Or no?
Wow.
Or is it not?
On that, baby. It is. It's somewhat. You were a little hot on that. The mic was a little hot, but that's okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. We love that kind of deal. 661-1037. We hadn't mentioned it because we've been talking about Gage Wood so much. Matter of fact, by the way, too, the best GIF or meme or whatever is Darren McFadden holding up the bat.
We got that wood right here, baby.
But instead of his Gage Wood's face.
We got that wood right here, baby.
It is so creative, man.
It is.
You got to love it. The game we mentioned between LSU and UCLA it should be getting underway. What time we said? What's 10 o'clock.
10.
Hey, what time are we supposed to play?
6 we're supposed to.
6.
Things
Okay.
go according to plan. We mentioned also too that the Thunder rolled last night.
I know.
That 120 to 109, so they take the series lead 3-2. Play again Thursday night. You got Stanley Cup final tonight. Edmonton at Florida. They lead the series 3-2. Joy Chestnut is back.
Joy Chestnut is back.
That was a little rough. Not going to lie to you on that one.
Look at
what's that?
Look at this.
Joy Chestnut.
Wow.
Joy Chestnut. Joy the Jaws is his nickname.
There you go. That
He's
was a bit
back.
more Joey.
There, Joy. Oh, Joy. Look at you. Wow.
Yeah, you really have a tough time with that name.
I don't have a tough time with anything.
He also said
He
also said chestnut. Go play it back. I swear. He goes.
Yes.
He goes. Joy Chestnut.
Well, you know what? It's not easy. It's not easy being perfect.
Like those two, is
Justin,
it?
you and John.
Joey
John,
Chestnut.
exactly.
Yeah, Joey Chestnut. You said Joy Chestnut.
You're all terrible.
Y'all leave my boy alone. Y'all leave my boy alone.
661-1037 is the number if you want to be a part of the show here. They've got basketball starting at 9, so
9
the
o'clock.
ambiance in here is going to be interesting. We got two games going on here right beside us.
Right.
Justin, will you be able to watch the game tonight, or do you have activities that will preclude you from being able to watch the game?
No, I will actually. Which is so. Yes, the first game I had to go play. I think it was like the 6th inning. I had to go on stage, and it was still it was still a good game. And we had so I had to leave when it was 3-1, and we were coming up to bat, and I'm like, and then yesterday, I got to watch the majority of the game, but didn't get to see the last couple of innings because we had South's, the baseball team that I helped coach. We had their end-of-year party here, so I was cleaning up outside. And this is the first one that I'll get to watch uninterrupted. I'll get to watch the whole thing. So hopefully we play well.
Randy
We're
Allison
due at the plate. I know that.
We sure are.
We're
due.
We're due.
Randy Allison said NBC Today just had a feature on the Hogs win in Gage Wood. They said any guy with the name Gage Wood must be a rock star or baseball pitcher. Yeah,
we got that wood right here, baby.
The way the sports calendar has fallen, you've got the NBA, you've got NBA going on, obviously the finals and hockey, but it's not like it's overwhelming with games, and baseball is what it is. And yesterday's game was during the day, so it just got a lot of attention, man. It stood out, beside the fact that it was just, outstanding. It was not done at night, so the sports cycle, the sports news cycle, if you will, was everywhere. And you saw Patrick Mahomes, you saw McAfee, all of them were just going, all hell Gage Wood.
Well, we had some listeners on the D3 Auto Sales text line said they made a comment about it on Good Morning America.
Yeah, I think it's everywhere. Just because it was so
it's
rare.
An accomplishment.
Yeah, I think we all were shocked to hear that there'd only been 3 in the history. First of all, I was shocked by that. And then here's the most recent one was, 19. Was it 65 or 60? It was either
60.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean that's just hard to believe there hadn't been one performance. I mean, obviously if you get there, you've got to have a great team and you must have good hitters, and it's just amazing it's been that many years since they've thrown a no-hitter. But and the 19 strikeouts. And the other thing, Justin, I was telling Roger and Josh.
He was.
I don't know much about pitching, but I know this is his windup does not look like the typical. He's a boxy, strong, muscular guy, and it looks like even his delivery is a compact delivery. But, man, he can generate the heat, man. As you said, it never backed off 96, 95 the whole time, and then hitting that upper 90s there at times, even as late as the 9th inning.
Yeah, I think his delivery is a little, short. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a big, long kind of guy as far as his arm slot and all that. But, yeah, I mean, to sit 96, 97 the whole game, I don't even think he hit. You said 95. I don't even think he hit 95. I didn't see anything less than 96.
Yeah.
And then I mean, he sat 96 to 98 the whole game, which was just, I mean, that's bringing it. That's why, like he hasn't had like the greatest year. Right. I mean, he's been good at times and not good at times, but that's why you hear him being projected first rounder.
Yeah, how about that?
Right there, which is. You would think it would be like a Hagen Smith or, Root. You go, yeah, I get it. He's a lefty that throws 98, 99. I get it. But the fact that Wood is projected there, some people may question because he hasn't gone, 13-0 this year or whatever.
You
saw it yesterday.
Yeah, he hadn't gone more than 6 innings, I think, in a game this year. I believe I saw that stat. It may have been 7, but I was thinking it was 6.
Yeah, in his last game, I think he went 3 1/3, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't see this coming. And how about this?
No.
How about this? You said he was a first rounder. You've got 2 back-to-back Razorback games. Some are saying that Anderson from LSU is a first overall pick, or a high first rounder. I mean, you're getting to see some great pitching performances from 2 of the best. 661-1037 is the number as we await the arrival of John Daly. Yeah, go ahead.
Anderson, Root, and Gage Wood, all 3 are first rounders.
Yeah, how about that?
And the other kid, I forgot, it's Ianson from LSU might be too.
Gotcha.
I was just going to point out to let everyone know that tonight we have postponed trivia.
Oh, wow. You're postponing trivia at Boudreaux's. Wow.
We had to do that yesterday. Once we called it, and I got confirmation from
people will watch the game.
About the
although they love you. They might watch you instead of the game. It'd be tough choice.
You know what? I don't want to give them the opportunity to boo me. No, there's no doubt. Obviously, they're going to be watching the game there and all over the state of Arkansas, and we'll be watching it in Saline County as well. But no trivia tonight. We'll be back next week at Boudreaux's.
A couple things. I wanted to hit a couple more mascots. And also, today is the anniversary of the chase. Everybody knows the white.
White Ford Bronco.
Yeah, everybody knows if you're over the age. I guess let's see, what year was it? 1994. Josh, you wouldn't apply. This wouldn't apply to you, but
by the way, Baz, we do have the audio of what you said.
Okay.
Here we go. All right, so I just want to make sure we can clarify this.
Joy Chestnut is back.
Joy Chestnut.
I hear it perfect.
I told you.
I hear Chestnut.
See,
no.
No, you don't, you liar.
Hold on, let's hear it again.
Hear it again.
Yeah, he does.
Joy Chestnut is back. Yes. It is not easy. Hey, let me tell you, big boy, it's not easy to pronounce a name like that. To take his and just
Joey Chestnut.
Yeah,
listen,
I'm talking to pronounce it the way I just did it.
It's not easy. It's not easy to say it and not be a 7-year-old and make comments about it either. So
Joy Chestnut is back. Chestnut. All right. Excuse me. Listen, you know what? Terrible. I can't hit 1,000. Yeah, today is the anniversary. Yeah. Justin, do you remember how old would you have been in '94?
10.
Do you remember that at all? Do you remember being a 10-year-old and that happening at all?
OJ? Oh yeah.
It was a Sunday night.
I mean, I was 10. I was 10, almost 11.
The day of the
I think it was.
Because the U.S. Open, the U.S. Open was happening. The NBA playoffs were happening. The Stanley Cup championship was happening at the same time. I believe this was happening as well.
Yeah. Roger, where were you when you watched it happen?
We were at 310 Clark Street in Hot Springs.
You know exactly where you were.
Absolutely. And I know where I was on the verdict.
Josh, I'm telling you, the whole nation turned the TV on. I was trying to think who was in the NBA playoffs.
My dad was in bowling class. It was the finals. It was the Houston Rockets and the New York Knicks.
Okay, there you go. And the nation turned their TVs to this white Bronco, and then people would be, and then people were having signs, "Go, go, Juice, go!" You know.
Go.
And then what was
it?
Just
found his nearly decapitated wife's head.
Yeah.
Her body.
Didn't they call it a slow speed chase?
Yeah, it was slow speed. Yes, it was.
Because they were going like 40.
Yeah,
they weren't like. Yeah.
Yes.
And what did he like in the back of it?
Oh, listen.
I know you're thinking. Oh. Man, just throw it out the window. And nobody's going to get hurt.
I'm the only one that deserves.
No, you don't deserve that.
Get hurt.
You do not deserve to get hurt. You do not deserve to get hurt. Don't do this.
All I did was love Nicole. That's all I did was love her.
Yeah. I forget.
And then nearly, like Rod said, nearly decapitate her.
Al Cowling was the one that was driving, and did he get on the phone and go, "This is me,
who I am,
you know
damn
me,
it.
I'm Al Cowling, stay out of the way."
He died not too long ago, didn't he?
And then you had 1,000 police cars that were behind, and so then it became a spectacle. Everybody knew where they'd be coming down the highway, and remember where they wound up? They ended up going back to OJ's house.
Do you believe in heaven and hell?
Yes.
Do you believe that you're going to see Nicole someday?
Yes, I do.
You do?
And my mother, my dad, I surely do.
And what will you say to her?
You know, I haven't thought of that. I would hug her. She, you know, if there's a heaven, there's a hell. They know. I don't have to explain anything.
What?
They know. That's what heaven and hell is all about.
Do you ever talk to her in your mind?
No, I prayed to her. I've got on my knees and said to her, hey, look, I've cursed her. I've been to her gravesite, and why? What the hell? You know, look at these kids. Look at Sidney with no mother.
He's crazy.
You know, I've done
he
that.
was
Done
nuts.
that.
He was a murderer as well.
I mean,
got away with
I mean,
it.
he wrote a book called
was
If I Did It.
crazy.
Yeah. Who writes a book called If I Did It?
Yeah, I mean, he was I'm going to tell you what's crazy about him, because of all that nutso stuff there and the sadness of that story. We forget he was one of the greatest to ever play the game. He was one of the greatest running backs to ever play the game.
He got over 2,000 yards in 14 games.
Yeah.
No one else
has done that. Yeah, it is remarkable. He was an absolute. But you know what? In the heck, goes to show you, if you have enough money, you can buy enough of the best lawyers, and if you're going against lawyers that aren't as good, you got a chance. I'll never forget.
I still don't understand them putting those. Put those gloves on.
I know.
Latex gloves.
I know. Don't do it.
Him. I was saying, him and his defense attorneys.
Yes.
They've had to answer for that to the good Lord.
Yeah. Well, maybe
they've
a lot
had
of
to
them are
answer
dead,
for
right,
that.
Raj? I think most of them are dead.
I think so.
Yeah, Kardashian's dead, right?
Kardashian's dead.
I think Shapiro may be the only one.
Cochran's dead.
Yeah.
Cocker's dead.
Dead. F.B. Bailey is dead. I think Shapiro may be the only one that's
How about
dead.
What about what's his face?
Yeah,
the guy who's on TV all the time on.
The cop. The cop still
No,
alive.
not Mark Furman.
Furman, yeah.
No, who is the guy? Dershowitz.
Oh, Dershowitz is still around. He was part of it. That's right. I forgot about him. That's right.
Josh
he
knows
was one of
OJ
the
trial.
ancillary ones. At first, I don't know where.
Didn't he join later on though?
I think he did. I think he was part of the team at some point. Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, they had that, but when you think of the original team sitting right there at the table, it was Kardashian. It's
three.
Shapiro,
I think it's three.
it's,
Yeah. The crazy thing was
Cochran.
Was it Kardashian that looked at him like, I can't believe that you just got
they just did this.
Yeah, he looks at him like, I cannot believe we just got this.
Got this. Nobody say anything. Don't say anything to make them change their mind.
We got our first team arriving. We got 24 teams playing today, all throughout the day here at Summerwood Sports.
Today is the pajama game, is what we have. All the players will be in pajama pants.
I'm going to send JM the latest. They've added this, Roger, this last facility. I'm telling you, Justin, it's a cool place. It's great to have kids to have a place like this and coaches to have a place to either do tournaments or come coach or do clinics here.
That's the thing. I mean, to have Coach Dexter Hendricks be involved as well, since Dexter is the family.
A champion.
The family. He's a head coach.
Well,
he's the head coach of the state champions, so he's invested his time and effort into this as well. He's a parent, so they do all that. And David and Doug, when they had the vision to do this, it was, again, something that the Summerwood Partners group, prior to that, the Big Red family, now Family Market, they think about community, and that's what this is about.
And they're not done.
No.
Justin, they may add more. They may add a hotel and restaurants. But behind us, what's crazy, we were talking about Saline County, Justin, has been known for football and baseball. Well, now you got both the 6A and 5A state champs both come out of Saline County, which is.
And their football teams, I mean, the football team has been state champ, as you said, and Benton's football team has just been right there. They've just come up short several of the last half a decade anyway.
All right, I'm going to go through a couple more of these that tell me if you think.
We got that wood right here, baby.
if you think these are actual mascots in Arkansas or not. What about the Blue Darters? The Blue Darters.
Yeah, so
I've never heard of that.
There is a Blue Darter somewhere. I don't know where it is. We've got
I don't know what that is.
Conquerors. There's a Conqueror somewhere. Now the Chickasaw, that is I think that's Blytheville, if I'm not mistaken. You've got a Caveman. You've got the Cavemen. I'm not sure where the Cavemen are.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd be covered.
What about Hermits? Hermits. Where are the Hermits?
The Hermitage Hermits.
Hermits. You got the Hustlers.
Where's Valentine?
You got the Kangaroos.
Is that right?
Yeah, these are all legit mascots, to my knowledge. I don't think any of them legit. Roger, where are the Little Johns? That's an easy one.
Oh yeah, that
Dardanelle.
is Dardanelle. Yeah, the Petit Jean.
The Mohawks.
Yeah.
That
would be the RJs.
the Ramblers.
Ooh, I know where the Ramblers are. Where are the Ramblers? Oh my gosh, it seems like I've heard that.
So here we go. Here we go. They're coming in now. Smackover Buckaroos.
Yeah,
Largo
I was just a friend of mine sent me that. I was about to say that.
Locksburg Blue Darters. I don't know where Locksburg is. Cave City Cavemen. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Hermitage, Roger, you were right. Hermitage Hermits. You've got the Redskins. I wonder where's the Redskins at? There's still a Redskins around. There's the Screaming Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Screaming Eagles. You've got the Southerners. The Southerners.
Where would that be?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you got the Squirrels.
Yeah,
you got the Squirrels.
That's not cool.
They come on.
Wampus Cats, of course.
Come on next.
How about the Cobras? The Cobra.
Yeah, you've heard the Cobras. Yeah, there's Cobras right
The Comets.
And they go.
All right, 661-1037. They have the Curly Wolves. That's Prescott.
Yeah.
And then we said where the Buckaroos were, right?
Yeah,
that was
Smackover.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, 661-1037. If you want to be a part of the show, we'll take a break, come back. We'll visit with Chuck Gatlin, play a little Family Feud.
Oh, we will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do we have
Go ahead
to?
and play. Well, we thought we were going to have our referee here, but he's not.
Is he not here?
He's not here yet.
Okay.
So maybe he's heard about.
I'm not surprised.
Maybe he's heard about Justin. He said he didn't want any part of that guy.
Sleeping on the job like normal.
Let's see, what has he heard about from Jeff?
Stop worrying about your mustache and read the rule book.
Damn it.
Do we need to hit that line one before we go? Does he have an answer for us? Line one as we go to break here. Let's just see. Caller, what you got for us? Hello, caller. Go ahead. Are you there? Go on once. He checked out. He didn't. Pocahontas Redskins. That's from Charlie Coleman.
Is that right?
Pocahontas Redskins. How about that?
I did not know that.
How about that? Yeah. More teams are coming in here. Do we have the camera on, Raj? I guess we do.
Yeah.
And these are from all over the state of Arkansas. Here come the tall guys. Here come the tall dudes. All right, do not go away. 8:30 here on Morning Mayhem.
Live fan feedback on 103.7 The Buzz is powered by Whit Davis Lumber Plus. Whit Davis Lumber Plus, more than a lumber yard.
It's high-flying and hard-hitting action in Hot Springs Saturday night at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena. Arena football featuring your Hot Springs Wise Guys battling the Ozark Slunkers. It's all indoors at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena Saturday night at 8. Tickets are available online at HotSpringsWiseGuys.com. That's HotSpringsWiseGuys.com. Don't miss the action Saturday night at 8 as your Hot Springs Wise Guys take on the Ozark Slunkers at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas will live to fight one more day at the College World Series thanks to history from Gage Wood.
The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood no-hits him, and the Hogs win it 3-0. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas here in downtown Omaha. Gage Wood throws a no-hitter. They're coming out to mob Gage Wood, who pitched the game of his life.
Phil Ellison on the call on the Razorback Sports Sports Network as the Hogs win 3-0 against Murray State. They preserve their season for at least one more day as Gage Wood throws the third no-hitter in College World Series history. He sets the all-time record with 19 strikeouts for a game in the College World Series. The Hogs will play again tonight against the winner of UCLA and LSU, a game that still needs to be finished after it was suspended yesterday. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We got a 20% chance of a stray shower in the forecast for this Tuesday. Highs in the lower 90s. With partly cloudy conditions tonight, lows in the mid-70s. We'll stay partly sunny Wednesday, but rain chances increasing towards the late afternoon and evening. Highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Want to get in on the conversation? Shoot us a text at the D3 Auto Sales text line at 501-614-1037. D3 Auto Sales in Desart, the #1 independent dealer in the state, with the best prices and largest selection on pre-owned vehicles, including leveled and lifted trucks. Find them on Facebook. Whether it's football, baseball, or basketball, from high school to the pros, hit us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line.
Summer's here, y'all. It's time to make memories with your friends and your family. But fellas, don't let low testosterone steal those times from you, man. Get TRT at Low T Center. Don't jack around with online TRT services either, man. Sure, they're easy, but more times than not, you end up spending hundreds of dollars on unreliable test kits and waiting days for lab results before you even know if you qualify. If you need TRT, you need to trust the experts at Low T Center. They've been changing patients' lives for over 15 years. That's right. They are the OGs. They are the pioneers of TRT. You better believe it. There's never been a better time to call Low T Center. Right now, you can get a free medical consultation and a free T-test. And with Low T's on-site lab, if you qualify, you can start treatments that day. With convenient locations across Arkansas, you can be seen by one of Low T Center's healthcare professionals and get started right away. By the way, if you're looking to lose a few pounds, Low T Center has prescription weight loss options available. Most major insurances are accepted. Don't wait, fellas. Go right now to fixmylowt.com to book your appointment. That's fixmylowt.com. You'll be glad you did.
It's high-flying and hard-hitting action in Hot Springs Saturday night at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena. Arena football featuring your Hot Springs Wise Guys battling the Ozark Slunkers. It's all indoors at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena Saturday night at 8. Tickets are available online at hotspringswiseguys.com. That's hotspringswiseguys.com. Don't miss the action Saturday night at 8 as your Hot Springs Wise Guys take on the Ozark Slunkers at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena.
Forest River RV in Sherwood, Arkansas is now open. Come celebrate during our grand opening block party, June 20th through the 22nd. We'll have free food, on-site giveaways, and fun for the whole family. Plus, take advantage of huge grand opening discounts on the top Forest River floor plans. Tour hundreds of new RVs along with the large selection of quality pre-owned RVs. Don't miss the grand opening block party at the all-new Forest River RV dealership in Sherwood, June 20th through the 22nd. Get all the details at forestriverlittlerock.com/grand opening.
Let's keep the good vibes going. Morning Mayhem is back on the air. Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. If Justin Moore is the Michael Jordan of Family Feud, then this man is the Scottie Pippen. He's the most famous Arkansas State alum that works at the Buzz. He's the best promotions director in the greater Little Rock area. Brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports, Can-Am, and Sea-Doo. Joining Morning Mayhem, it's Chuck Gatlin.
Well, before we get to Chuck, the phone lines are blowing up.
Yeah.
The text lines blowing up.
What are they?
I mean, listen. You know, Justin and Josh are having their little yuck moment because I messed up with Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
And so I made another mistake, and I admit it. And I was going too fast. I said that the Little Johns were, I think maybe Russell, Dardanelle. Dardanelle, Roger, you know who they are. Dardanelle is the
Little Johns.
No. Sand lizards.
Oh, my bad.
See,
I got
you didn't catch it either.
I did not.
Yeah,
I did not. I even echoed what you said.
It's the Dardanelle sand lizards and the Danville Little Johns.
I think this guy played for Dardanelle.
Joy Chestnut is back.
Yeah, I think he played there.
All right. You two.
I did think that was a little. When you said that, I had no idea. But when you said the Dardanelle Littlejohns.
Yeah.
You go obviously, and I'm like, what did they name it after Little John?
Well, it's so funny. Daly was just talking about the other day about that. Roger, you said the mascot name is what they call Daly's son, Little John.
Well, but so his name is actually
the mascot.
Petty Jean.
That's right. That's exactly right. Chucky, what's up, buddy?
It's not his son they call the sand lizard.
No, that's different. That's a different one.
Exactly.
You.
Thank you. Now listen, we've got basketball going on behind us. That's what you hear. So you've got 4 teams in the gym here at Summerwood Sports. They're going to get underway at 8 o'clock, so they're just warming up now. It looks like North Little Rock, and there's a Bulldog over there. Maybe that's Fayetteville. We'll try to find out who all these are.
I think you did. Didn't you say Fayetteville was playing?
Correct.
Jacksonville or Bryant or
Bryant here, yeah.
We'll find. Yeah, that may be Bryant right there. Yeah, go ahead there, Chuck.
All right, first of all, I want to thank Hubbard Power Sports, Can-Am, and Sea-Doo in Russellville. You know, over there you can get rates as low as 0% on the Sea-Doo Switch pontoon. It's easy to operate, easy to load, drive, and trailer behind your vehicle. Go see Glenn in Montana and the crew at Hubbard Power Sports, or find them online at hubbardpowersports.com. Of course, Acrey's in Omaha this week with the Razorbacks. Coverage on the Buzz brought to you by Whataburger, Edwards Food Giant, and Bet Saracen.
Yes.
Get your tickets for the Rock City Margarita Festival coming up July 19th. That's presented by Oaklawn, and the tickets are available at Stubbs.net. And July 24th, countdown to kickoff. Thanks to Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Tickets are on sale at littlerockhall.com, or you can follow the link at 1037thebuzz.com.
Think about that. Bobby Petrino, Taylon Green, Niall Davis, and Casey Diggs. So really it's the Petrino show for the most part, because all those guys played under Petrino. And Taylon Green, obviously, year number 2 under BP. It'll be a great chance for you if you guys want to do pictures. There's a chance you can sign up and do pictures on the backside of that. That's July 24th. Yeah, Chuck, go ahead.
And that is got Oaklawn Sports, the Gangster Museum of America / Hattery of Hot Springs, First Trust Home Loans, AY Magazine, Connect Service Solutions, Tito's Handmade Vodka with Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. And Thursday night, don't want to miss Mr. Roger Scott over at the Mainline Sports Bar at Oaklawn for Roger's Trivia.
Yes, that is. And I guess the only thing, Roger, we've got coming up is if the Razorbacks don't get to the championship game next weekend, we're going to Graceland. If they go to Omaha, we're going to Omaha.
So. Oh, is that right?
Omaha.
Oh, and David, I can't believe I failed to mention we're starting. You can register right now at 1037thebuzz.com to win your office a catered lunch from Moe's Southwest Grill.
Yes.
Welcome to Moe's.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing the welcome to Moe's. Justin, let's hear your welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's. Welcome to Moe's.
By the way, we got to say hi, Roger, to John Shrewsbury of Gen Wealth. They've got the new building right outside here. Brand new business, must be good. And he's coming over to check on the guys here. Good to see you, John, as always. Yeah, this is a beautiful facility here. Really nice. Chucky, do we want to go ahead? Are we ready to rock and roll?
Sure.
All right, let's hit it, John. Let's go. Let's roll with it.
Give me. Hold on.
Anybody else notice that JM's Welcome to Moe's sound a little bit like Andrew Dice Clay?
Do it again, Justin.
Oh, I can do it as Dice. Welcome to Moe's. Hey.
It's time for everyone's favorite game, Family Feud.
Hey.
Sponsored by Southern Bank. Visit bankwithsouthern.com for more information about your lending needs. Now, let's play the feud.
Let's play the feud.
We're playing for tickets to go see the Ozarks Lunkers take on the Hot Springs Wise Guys at 8 o'clock this Saturday night at Bank OZK Arena in Oaklawn Field.
Yeah.
Gotcha. 661-1037 is the number.
I'm having trouble here. So get us a guest. Anytime you are ready, sir. Anytime you are ready.
We've got Parker on line number 4.
Parker, is that you?
Bye-bye.
He's there.
Parker, are you there? Hello, Parker.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy, are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's going to be me and Josh versus you and Justin Moore. And Chuck Gatlin.
Thank you.
You got 3 brains against 2, so you should have an advantage. All right, Roger, what you got?
All right, here's the deal. Parker, is that your name?
Yes.
All right, you're the leader of your team, sir. So anything you say goes. I want you to know that you have you have the Gage Wood of Family Feud on your team in one Justin Moore. He has not lost a game, my friend. And this one question, the very first question, you're going to need to use your buzzer. And your buzzer is your first name. I want you to listen to and then mimic your buzzer. Listen to Justin Moore when I asked him, so many years ago, to give me his buzzer.
Justin!
Did you hear that, Parker?
Yes, sir.
Let me hear your buzzer.
Parker!
Okay. All right, I kind of like it. I like it. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's do this one. Be the first one to answer this question. Last week, and when I finished trivia at Mainline Sports Bar, everybody was leaving, but I said, stop. I need to ask you a question about next week's game on Morning Mayhem. I said, would you please give me your top 5 answers to this question? They all did. When I asked them this question, name a favorite food of children. Parker, name a favorite food of children.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. It's not on the list.
What? Shut your mouth.
Oh, my God.
Wow, it should be.
It should be. It's not on that. It should, of course
that
it
would
should
be South's number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. Now listen, so if that tells you something, then this was probably taken by people who are not allowed in a casino, and maybe they don't have children anymore. So, David, Josh, you black hat guys, you can tell me any answer, and you'll control the board.
Now, you said kids, right?
I said kids. Children.
Children.
Name a favorite food of children, and chicken nuggets is not on the list.
So you either can go like baby food, or you can go like French fries or something.
You sure could.
French fries.
Yeah, okay, French fries we go with.
Not on the list.
What?
All right.
Was this list made by Al-Qaeda? Who made this list?
Pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza. Number 3 on the list.
Number 3. Who were these people?
Wow. You want to play or you want to pass?
Where are you in China doing this stuff, Paul? What are you doing?
You know what?
Lord.
You know what? I'm about to call in ICE. Hey, give me you control the board, Josh. You want to pass or Parker? You want to pass or play?
What do you guys think?
Oh, let's play.
There you go, Chucky.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Number 3. Name and 25 people said that. 28 said number 1. 26 said number 2. 11 said 4, and 10 said 5. Name a favorite food of children.
Hamburgers?
Let's
I like
move.
that.
Number 4 is on the list. Right there, number 4. No strikes against you. 3 left. Name a favorite food of children.
So I told y'all I had the baseball team over yesterday.
You did.
Kate and I did. I made burgers and hot dogs.
There you go.
How about hot dogs?
Hot dogs it is. Right there, smack daddy. 5. That is number 5 on the list. Number 1 and number 2 are on the list. Remember, chicken nuggets isn't there, but if they had a place that only served this, you would think that it would be
ice cream?
I don't hate ice cream. My kids
Yeah, I don't
love
either.
cookies, and they'll eat chicken strips, too. I don't know if chicken strips and chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I'm going to count them among the same thing, Parker. I'm going to count them among the same thing.
You're right, though, Parker. That should be on there.
That should be,
chicken
yeah.
strips or
Top
nuggets
of the
should
Well, let me
be
tell you
on there.
something, guys.
But
You guys can say everything you want about what should be on there, but it's not. And I'm sorry. When you lead your own, no, it's not on there. So
I like ice cream. I think ice
all
cream
right.
is a good guess.
Yeah,
like lamb.
yeah, I like that.
Not on the list.
I love lamb.
Yes. I know it's unbelievable.
What about
I don't know where they
spinach
took this-
or Brussels sprouts? Those seem like they'd be on the list.
How about
Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Number 2
That's
on
a
the
good
list
one. I didn't
is
think about
mac and
that.
cheese.
Mac and cheese,
And
yes.
the number one answer
Chuck, you're all
that
right.
is a favorite food for children is the only answer left. You
Oh,
said
peanut
2
butter and
strikes.
jelly.
Ooh, I like that.
Is that your answer?
Well, Parker's the leader.
That's
He
my
has to say
answer.
yes or
But
no.
Parker's got it.
Yes. Up to you, Parker.
Yeah. I like peanut butter and jelly.
Roger.
Well, that is exactly what it is.
Wow.
There you go.
That's your game. That's your game. Justin
Stupid game on that one.
once
He
again.
does it
and
again.
there
Way to
he
go,
is.
guys.
That's it. And Justin has a few words for his opponent. What is it, Justin?
You're all terrible.
There it is right there. Very good. Congratulations, Parker. You're the winner.
Good job,
and thanks for playing this week's edition of Family Feud. That's very good.
Sid
very
Parker.
good.
All right.
And I'm with you. I don't know when this survey was. Why the folks that I took the survey from, why they did not throw nuggets in there.
Let's have.
But here's the
Was
deal.
Parker in a
They
tornado?
We had just left Mainline Sports Bar, and so there were hamburgers and pizza was all over the place, and they did have macaroni and cheese.
Okay, if you had to do, hey, David, does he want to do now or 9? Now, okay. Let's go ahead and take a break. And just as we go to break, what would you be your top 3 for South? Chicken McNuggets. What else?
Chicken nuggets, steak, and crawfish. He's a meat eater.
Right?
Let me tell you something. My grandson Beckett, he's he's 6. He's been eating steak since he was 2. He loves
That's
steak.
outstanding.
I mean, that's a
Eating lean.
nice kid.
We'll come back. We'll just have a few minutes with Don Daly, head of the SEC Basketball Association. So don't go away. 8:45 here at Summerwood Sports.
If you're trying to get through your daily activities and you're noticing you can't because you're focusing more on your pain than being able to enjoy the moment, those are the patients that we're looking to treat because we can make a difference.
That's Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics.
What we're doing at QC Kinetics is offering treatments that help with joint preservation. We use cutting-edge technology in our in-house lab to harness your body's natural healing powers and target the areas where you need them the most.
These are regenerative, non-surgical treatments, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader, delivering lasting relief to tens of thousands of patients.
What we do know is that the sooner we start treatment, the sooner you'll see relief.
So don't wait another minute. See if you're a good candidate for these non-surgical treatments for joint pain. The consultation is completely free.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
I'm Kyler Sanson. Me being in the construction industry and having 2 young kids at home, health insurance is vital. I got a call saying that my plan was going to be canceled at the end of April. Got on the phone with Farm Bureau and I got in touch with an agent. Took me about 30 minutes, and then about 3 days later, I was approved. So with Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas, I'm saving close to $300 a month. You cannot find this plan anywhere else. Get after it and get it.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Trusted coverage, personalized plans, affordable premiums. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
For all you parents and grandparents, I have huge news for you. Summerwood Sports, the state-of-the-art sports complex located right off Highway 5 in Bryant, is now offering 2 summer camps for grades 3 through 7 this summer. Campers will not only get to participate in sports, games, movies, and more, but will also receive lunch along with a daily devotional each day. Camps run June 9th through the 12th and July 14th through the 17th. So don't wait. Sign up today. For more details, click on summerwoodsports.com.
A sale 200 million years in the making. It's Gwatney Buick GMC's loan and lease extinction event. Get out of that old fossil into a new GMC Sierra starting as low as $479 a month. Every new Buick on the lot at 0.9%. During Gwatney Buick GMC's loan and lease extinction event, we're rendering your current loan completely extinct. Make an appointment to get out of the dinosaur you're currently driving. 501-945-4444. 2025 Sierra 2500 HD. Right now, get up to $12,000 off MSRP. Sierra 1500 with up to $12,500 off. Terrain's at just $279 per month. It's the loan and lease extinction event at Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Some vehicles require qualifying trade-in. All offers with approved credit. Stock numbers 30833, 31064, 31456. Terrain is a low-mileage lease.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can. Only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
This is Trey Reed from the Wild Side, inviting you to join Mark Hedrick and me every Tuesday night at 7 here on The Buzz.
Brought to you by Trader Bill's Outdoors, West Rock Landing, Edwards Food Giant, Battery Outfitters, All About Tire and Brake, and Tammy Chase Insurance.
It's The Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz.
Want to reach the show? Well, give us a call or text at 501-661-1037. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
All right. It is 8:50. Got a couple minutes here. And what a pleasure it is to have 2 Arkansans who are doing great things in the referee world. One is Don Daly, who is from Russellville. Don, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
I remember your father. Did he coach at Russellville High School or Tech? I can't remember.
Russellville High School.
High School. From state champions?
Runner-up. King Cotton, multiple championships. King Cotton with Corliss Williamson.
And you, he was Corliss.
He was Corliss.
And you played on a state championship?
I did play on state championship.
85?
85.
85. How about that?
Nice.
And then we have KB Burdett. And KB, you're a Little Rock guy. You went to high school at Stuttgart.
Stuttgart.
To Stuttgart.
Yes.
So both of you guys are in the SEC. How many years for you, KB?
Got in 2016, so 9.
9 years for you. And Don, what about you?
About 15 now.
About 15.
Yeah.
And you're the head of the SEC Basketball Officials Association.
I am.
And what is that exactly?
Well, it's just our collective group.
Yep.
And so we kind of help develop, train, do some things, but mainly just it's more of a social type deal to where we get together to make sure we're building camaraderie, trying to get things of that nature. But we also have some influence that we can bring any issues we may have to our boss.
Right.
And as a group and say, hey, can you help us, you know?
And listen, you guys are in a great league with a lot of great coaches. And
great league. It's the best league in the country.
There you go. Yeah, and really, if you look from maybe since 15 years you've been here, look at the coaches. I mean, you look at the coaches. I mean, that's where you really tell a difference from 15 years ago. The coaches now you have every team.
Yep. 100%. I mean, 14 out of 16 teams in NCAA tournament last year basketball.
Yeah. Right.
When's that happened before?
Right.
Well, that has to do with our commissioner, Rick Schaefer, which has put a lot of effort into basketball because we were known as a football conference.
Sure, you bet.
Forever.
You bet.
And so now we're on the map. But like you said, they brought in all these coaches, and I mean, it's a who's who.
Yeah.
In coaching. Yep. It's a who's who.
Yeah, have you gotten to know on a personal level a lot of these guys in the office? You do games.
Absolutely.
Coach Cal and all the things. Being from Arkansas, been around him any extra more than anybody else or no?
No. KB can tell you too. We go to Peach Jam, the EYBL, and some of these camps that we do, and we teach and train there as well. And they have those open periods where coaches can come and recruit and look and all that. So we get to spend a lot of time, and sometimes these guys will just come up behind you, put you in a chokehold, pat you on the back. Hey, everything. I mean, everybody's different when the competition's we're not competing.
Yeah.
And
sure.
they got a job to do.
Yeah.
They're normal human beings, just like KB and I. We tell guys, people think we're bad people because we're referees. We're just normal dudes.
Right. Justin, are you listening?
We're normal dudes.
Well, how different is it for you've been at 9 years in the SEC,
Yes.
but longer than that. All the years together, how many years has it been? Once you started?
I just finished my 25th year.
Okay, what about you, KB?
24.
So what's it like? What's different about it now than it was 24 years ago? What's the referee game like? So I think I know what the answer is going to be, but what's different from when you started the way it is today?
That's you, brother.
Well, for me, remember when you were mentoring me and always telling me that we're always going to get a year older. The players are always going to stay 18 to 22 to 23, going to get bigger, stronger, faster. Didn't give me the heads up on all the NIL and the transfer portal stuff coming, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That is these players in the game and how it's evolving,
Right.
and how the 3-point line's being pushed back, and just how all the things are evolving with college basketball. But those athletes are always getting smarter, wiser, and bigger and faster.
What about social media and the pressure that you have from fans, maybe more intense than it was 25 years ago?
That's what I was going to bring up. It's TV, instant replay, cell phones, social media has hurt the game in my opinion, because now everything is microdotted. The game it's a game of basketball. There's going to be some fallacies. I mean, no one's perfect, but yet as a referee, you have to be held to that perfection standard, because we don't want to determine the outcome of a game. We want the game to be called equally and as fairly as possible, and give each team an opportunity to win.
Right, you're getting that now with that flagrant foul that we just talked about to the groin. You're getting a little opportunity to not step in and ruin the game or make a decision. Something on the game that you can't control, and now you get to control that with the new rule.
Well, most of our rules are put in after something has already happened, so it's a reflex action type deal, and so by us being able to by the judgment, giving us the opportunity to make the game right at the end, gives the opportunity for the game to end correctly.
Right.
And that's all we want. We want the game to end correctly. And sometimes that slows the game down because TV, monitor reviews. Who likes monitor reviews?
Yeah.
How many we got?
Yeah.
Well, along with the new rules this year, we've got a coach's challenge.
Yeah.
Now, David goes, first time we heard it as referees, we went, same thing. I mean, we did.
Yeah.
But after you think about that a minute, before every out of bounds call late in the game, what did you see? The players and coaches and everybody doing, review.
Yeah.
And it goes off a fingernail or the pinky finger. I mean, and everything, what they do is slow the game down 15, 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, we're not doing that. Coaches got to have a timeout. They've got a timeout, and then they can challenge it if they want to.
Yeah.
Now, last 2 minutes in the game, we do go for basket interference goaltending because it's a scoring play. We want to make sure we give 2 points awarded if they deserve it, or take it away.
And some of the rule changes that we're talking about, it's from what was going on 24 years ago. Yeah. Now it's coming back to give the rules have changed so much. 24 years ago, this hop, step, jump, and all that didn't exist. Yeah. That was walking, and sometimes we see so much walking.
It's
going
still
on.
a walk.
And now you've got a new rule that allows what to happen on when it calls the jump stop, as long as both feet land simultaneously.
So I love this. This is fun. The traveling. I mean, basically, our rule book got rewritten. Was it 2 years ago? 3 years. 2 years ago, that basically made 3 situations legal. It's a walk, but it's a legal travel.
Right.
And that's called the Euro step. Yeah. Everybody knows about. Right.
Yeah.
Then you got the step back 3. Yep. So they get to go, they dribble, plant.
The James Harden.
Step back. I mean, it's 2 to 3 steps any way you count.
Absolutely.
Yep. So
let me
That's 2.
Can I ask a question?
Justin, real quick. About 30 seconds, Justin.
Yeah. So do you get 3 steps now, not 2? Like you get a gather step and then.
We're not saying that. We're just talking about.
No, I know. I'm not being a smart aleck. I'm really asking.
Okay, so this year there has been a change in the rule as far as in the act of shooting, and so don't confuse that with the other 3 things I was telling you as far as the step back, the spin move in the post, and then also the Euro step. Those are going to be the same. So it's when they pick the ball up. But here's the change in the rule this year is if we're driving to the basket and I'm on a straight line drive to the basket, and as I pick the ball up, I take contact, I get hit. Now we're allowed to take another step to finish the shot. And so now that's continuation is what we're calling it. In the NBA, they get 2 steps, maybe 3.
We got a hard break.
Shea Gill took 4 the other day.
Thanks, guys.
The Gatherer.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
It's
Thanks
a
so much.
legal walk.
Here's another Whataburger DM. Miranda says, it's 2023 and still no Pico Burger. How do we get y'all to pick it back up? Miranda, we totally thought we responded to this. We know it's been a minute or two, but good news, the Pico de Gallo burger is back up. Yep, the 2 fresh beef patties covered with crisp Pico de Gallo, 2 slices of pepper jack and creamy cilantro lime sauce you love is back. And it's all thanks to you. The Pico de Gallo burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Floyd Seafood, Kill Avenue in Sherwood. Crawfish season is ending soon. Floyd Seafood has live Louisiana crawfish. Place your order by 2 p.m. Thursday for final boils. Floyd'sMeatandSeafood.com.
1037 The Buzz.
You know how I am. You guys know how I am. I don't forget anything.
Crushing all the competition.
So you can take that to the bank.
State police are taking more action to protect children from online sextortion. According to the ASP, there were 169 reports of sextortion in 2024. There have already been 170 so far this year. June is Safer Internet Month, so ASP's Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force is urging parents to update their child's online safety strategies. Saline County Sheriff's deputies got a call about a shooting at a home on Terrace Drive Sunday night. They say 33-year-old Raul Mayorena shot and killed a man there, stole his car, and then drove off. Little Rock police tell us they eventually stopped the car and tried to pull it over, but say Mayorena led them on a chase until he crashed. At that point, he was arrested and taken to the Saline County Jail, where he's now being held for first-degree murder. This is Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
The Diamond Hogs have their sights set on Omaha. Hear every game along the way on 1037 The Buzz. Brought to you by Whataburger, Bet Saracen, and Edwards Food Giant.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We've got a 20% chance of a stray shower in the forecast for this Tuesday, highs in the lower 90s. With partly cloudy conditions tonight, lows in the mid-70s. A shower or thunderstorm can't be ruled out Wednesday night with lows in the lower 70s, but clearing Thursday, highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show. Brought to you by Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse, Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters for over 30 years. Call 501-568-0040 today or click online at arkansastruck.com.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood. Last month our Employee Pricing Plus program was a huge success, so we're going to do it again in June. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only at Fletcher Dodge do we have discounts up to $14,000 off trucks and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% 2.9% financing for 72 months on all new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. And the all-new Jeep Compass four-wheel drive for only $379 a month. And that's with no money down. And again, don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Fellas, don't waste time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Are you kidding me? Visit the TRT experts today at Low T Center for a free consultation and free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurances are accepted. With the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment, you're in control of your health. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. Offer limited. Book now at FixMyLowT.com. That's FixMyLowT.com, and y'all can thank me later.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater Holton Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
You've heard it on the buzz, and I'm telling you again. Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union is helping folks step into the future with their summer auto loan special. We're talking ultra-low rates as low as 1.99%, up to 84 months to pay, and no payments for 90 days. Brand new, gently used, or refi your current ride, 2023, 24, and 25 models are all fair game. But deals like this, they don't hang around. Head to alcoacommunityfcu.org and drive into the future with Alcoa, serving 15 counties across central Arkansas.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
We're standing along the diving board at the family pool at the Little Rock Racket Club, where Jay Harley is about to do a special dive just for all of you radio listeners. Jay, what are you about to do?
Cannonball!
Just an example of how much fun you and your family are going to have, not necessarily doing a radio commercial, but loving the summer. Little Rock Racket Club with 30% off the joining fee and more smiles per gallon. Oh, perfect!
The Red White Report is brought to you daily on the Zone by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater, and Tuesday, Rick Schaefer and I are playing a great show to get you ready for those Hogs next game. So we're bringing out the big guns. Kevin Bohannon goes around the horn and over the fence. And Hogsports.com's Trey Biddy, thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. Then the Razorback pregame show is at 5:30. See you Tuesday on 103.7 The Buzz.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
I want your blood. I want your soul.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
I want them both right now.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
I'm your huckleberry.
Here is David BAZZEL, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, Lunger, let's do it.
One out away from something that's much bigger than a win in Omaha. The 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. Gage Wood no-hits him, and the Hogs win it 3-0. The greatest game ever pitched at the University of Arkansas. Here in downtown Omaha, Gage Wood throws a no-hitter and completes the game with 19 strikeouts, his last 5. They're coming out to mob Gage Wood, who pitched the game of his life.
Oh, man.
You know my favorite thing about that?
Right.
If you watch the videos and stuff that the U of A put out, he goes, "We ain't done. We got more work to do."
Yeah, sure did.
That's my favorite thing about the whole thing.
I loved him pointing to the Arkansas.
Oh yeah.
He looked at the. He didn't look at the Murray State bench. He looked at the Arkansas bench, and he just underlined it and said Arkansas. Arkansas.
I love that. Kids are doing that now, or maybe it's just Arkansas, but they're running their hand underneath the name of the school, which was great. And the other thing, Justin, he said he was mad. That was the first interview. He said, baby. I'm mad that I hit the batter. He hit the batter.
Oh yeah.
If he didn't hit the bat, he knew he knew he blew the perfect game. Coming up here in a second, we got that wood right here, baby. A lot of basketball going on in the background. This is the Summerwood Sports. No, so Justin, this is a 24-year-old tournament. It's called the Big Miller Summerwood Sports Basketball Team Camp. And who was the other one over here, Roger? This was
Marion and Harbor.
We're going to talk with Justin. I don't know if you know who this coach is. It's Wes Swift. He's head coach at Jonesboro. I think they've won multiple state championships. And I was telling the guys during the break who you were, because they were trying to figure out what the voice was.
Yeah, they heard voices.
They heard voices. They were talking about during the break. We just joined the show. We had John Daly and KB Burdett, who were SEC officials. One 15 years, one 9 or something. And they were just talking about Coach Cal is. He's a warrior on the sidelines, and they said Bruce Pearl is. He said he's the nicest guy, away from the game, but. Man, he said at the game, he just, tough to, not easy
for a
to deal with.
shyster.
Well, feel that switch. Yeah.
What's that? Yeah,
for a shyster.
Well, and we hear that, we heard so many years from Walt Coleman, but when you see these guys, I ask them off the air if the coaches know them, their families, and all that, like Walt has told us about the football coaches.
Right,
he said, no, their assistants all do, so they'll do all that. So they've got to charm them and do all that, but once the game's on, it's competition.
Who was it? I brought up during the break, too. I know you know who it is, Justin, and Roger, you may remember his name. There's another SEC official from Arkansas that's been around longer than Don Daly has been. It's, God
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Trey Schaff, who is it? He's been around another 5 years longer than Don has, and I tell you, just think of we're talking about these guys being in this league with the coaches that they have now. You better be on your game, because these guys are the best in the business.
And that's changed in the last 10 years. The level of coaching has changed. I mean, like when I was in school, it was at Ole Miss they had Andy Kennedy, and no disrespect to him, but now it's been replaced by Chris Beard.
Right.
I
mean, think about
think about it when we were Baz and Ballantyne, when we were growing up we knew all the coaches, and every one of the coaches in the SEC, they were marquee names that we knew about. Of course, you knew about Bobby Knight, you knew about Dean Smith, you knew all the other coaches, Denny Crum. All of them, even down in Florida with who was the coach that was it? Kruger? Was Lon Kruger?
Lon Kruger.
Yep.
But all over but we knew them. But I don't remember them, being as vocal. But maybe I've just forgotten it. But there's so many marquee
they weren't
now
as big
that
of names either.
I mean, that's what
they weren't Calipari
they were big
and
to us.
Yeah,
they just weren't. They weren't bigger than the game name.
Run down the names we have now in the SEC. We got Calipari,
Barnes,
Pearl, but Rick Barnes. Who else we got?
Chris Beard.
Chris Beard.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that just won the national championship at Florida?
Todd Golden. Can't forget the national champion coach, can we?
Yeah. I mean, it's really and these guys. I'll tell you, Justin.
And hell, you got Sean Miller. Sean Miller now at Texas. You got a Final Four coach in what's his face? He was at Little Rock. Oklahoma's coach.
Porter Moser.
Porter Moser, yeah.
Porter Moser, yeah.
Well, when we think about the names that I just mentioned,
Sean Miller is at
Texas.
Texas.
Now with the Nolan Richardson area, you had John Thompson, again Dean Smith. You had Tom Penders here, Coach K, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, for all these guys to be in one league, but my point was, I was saying, is that these guys better know what they're doing, because, these coaches are so good.
They know.
Yeah, that's right. Justin was telling you, what were you? So for those who don't know what you were talking about, Justin, what was the question, the point you were making with the officials there?
So the rule has, when I was playing, which again, this was 25 years ago, you get 2 steps, and Raj actually pointed it out. If you pick your dribble up and you jump, you have to land on 2 feet simultaneously, not one then the other. Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it's called a jump stop.
Right.
Now you can pretty much just take as many steps as you want to. I mean, really, you can. Like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander the other day.
To legally walk.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander the other night, he kind of tripped. He was taking a baseline shot, just extended from the short corner. He took 4 steps. I counted 4 steps.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
I mean,
it's what they
Four.
So what they're describing now is something that the NBA has been allowing for probably the last 3 or 4 years. They call it the gather. Okay,
a gather, which I
yes.
asked that to him, and he said no.
Well, he did say, he said, now if you pick your dribble up and there's contact, we allow you an extra step. But really,
I didn't
the
ask
extra
about contact. I said, so are you guys now allowing a gather step? And he didn't answer me.
Well, because what he's described
like a true referee.
So that well, he's saying it's a go. We don't allow it, but we allow it. So what he's talking about, like if you ever watched James Harden has a step back 3.
So now look, you can make it really easy, Josh.
Yeah.
So now they allow 3 steps,
yes.
not 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
what he said.
It's as simple as that.
He said if you make contact on the gather, then we allow you an extra step. That's why Harden does that, where he jabs, takes a step backwards, and then lands one too.
There's no contact. There's no contact.
There's a lot of contact in the SEC. Plenty of contact.
There's no. Okay, James Harden on a step back 3 is not.
No, there's no contact. No. Unless he's putting his shoulder.
Steps.
Unless he puts his shoulder into you, which he does.
That's
actually
not
pretty
the
often.
game.
Yeah,
it's 2
I agree
steps.
with you.
You know,
I'm just telling you the
I
rule.
guess now you could probably they're going to come up with a term pretty soon. They're going to go, no, that's a basketball move. You know, that's what that is.
Well, it's funny. Steve Sullivan's listening. He goes, "What would you say the same thing about SEC football?" Okay, let's go. You got Kirby Smart. Talk about big coaching names like you have in basketball. You got Smart. You got Kiffin. Sark. Is that it? Who else you got?
Eli Drinkwitz, dominant.
You jerk. I mean, basketball has bigger names. Basketball has bigger names than football, though, right?
Because the thing about them is even the second line coaches and the basketball side of things are like really good. Like I think Lamont Paris won SEC Coach of the Year last year.
I think you're right.
It is amazing. Of course, you got 16 teams in the league too, and there's a lot of big money. Yeah, I see that. The coach, Justin, I was telling you about. Come on and have a seat, Coach. All right, Wes Swift is here. Let's grab that headset. Just so you know, we our producer's back in the studio, Josh, and we have Justin Moore, who played on the state championship team at Poland back in the day. I don't know, what year was it, Justin?
02.
02.
So Justin can sing and hoop.
He can sing and hoop, Coach. That's right.
That's impressive.
Now you got you've got 4 state championships altogether in your career, or 6?
Actually 8.
You got wow.
Yeah, why'd you short him too? Come on, Baz.
You got
short change
so
me.
You got 4 at Jonesboro.
I have 6 at Jonesboro.
And 6 good. 6 at Jonesboro.
Let him just tell us what he
Just stop talking.
Yeah. I got 1 at Lone Oak and 1 at Hughes.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Listen, Jonesboro was not that big of a basketball power before you got there, right?
No, not really. Jonesboro, Little Rock Central, and Pine Bluff have the most state championships in the whole state. You know, most of those schools have been going on since early 1900s.
Which is different? Which is more challenging for you winning a state championship at schools like a Hughes, a small school, or a Lone Oak, or doing it at Jonesboro on the bigger stage?
Well, I've never been asked that question. I don't know. To be honest, they all have their own circumstances that come up and things you got to get through and with each team and your opponents you got to play. I think the smaller schools in Arkansas, it's probably a little bit more difficult because when their regular season ends, they have to – it doesn't matter. They could go 33-0. They still have to make it out of a district tournament. If they happen to get 3 people sick or somebody gets hurt and they lose, they don't get to go to regionals. Then they got to make it out of the regional tournament just to get to the state tournament. So that's 4A and below have to do that. 5A, 6A, you play a double round robin. You're in the top 4 or 6, whatever, and go to state tournament.
Steve Sullivan is listening. He says Coach Swift is the best. He's a defensive genius. So that's what Sully says about you there, Coach. Is that your favorite part of the game?
It's the part I picked up the earliest. It was what made sense to me as an early coach, and I tell all young coaches will call me all the time. Hey, what do I need to do? You need to figure out something that you're good at and hang your hat on that. When you go into the biggest games, trust that part, and that's what I trusted early.
All right.
We had two referees, SEC referees on a minute ago. Don,
really good.
Yeah, Don and KB, and just listening, and Justin and Roger were talking about all the rules and the steps and the traveling, and sort of a different game than when you got in the game when you first started out, I would imagine, rules.
It's a very different game, and what's weird is the high school game is called much differently than the college game, and the college game is called much differently than the NBA game.
I did not know.
And so these kids watch what?
Right.
Yeah,
sure.
you're right.
NBA, right?
Yeah.
And they're watching guys take 4 steps and getting away with it and wonder why they can't get away with
Thank
it.
you.
In high school. They get so
Thank you.
frustrated. And what we teach is really, we have to go to the officials and go, what are y'all going to call? Okay, that's what we have to teach.
You have to do that, huh?
Right.
Who are some of the best players that you've coached in your career?
Well, I was fortunate enough in AAU, not high school ball, to coach Malik Monk.
Okay,
so I got to coach him for 2 years, and that was a lot of fun. And of course, Jonesboro, he grew up in Lepanto, which is 30 minutes up the road from Jonesboro. And I've known he and Marcus. When I was at Lone Oak, Marcus was coming through at EPC, and I don't know if you remember those teams. Those teams were really good, and we actually beat Marcus his junior year to get to a state championship where we got beat by PA in the finals. And so I knew the Monks a long time ago. Getting to coach Malik was awesome. At Jonesboro, Karan Ross is the greatest guard that's come through. He came through at the time. Anton Beard came through North Little Rock. They had fierce battles against each other. Karan went on to Lehigh University up northeast United States and became the all-time Patriot League assist leader. He's still playing overseas now. He's in his 8th year professionally over there.
Here's another one. Morgan Linton said you're a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Oh, you are a Hall. Listen, you won 8 state championships. You're a Hall of Famer.
Well, Morgan Linton is a Lone Oak football player that could really play football, and I couldn't get him to come out and set screens for me. He always wanted to just go hit people.
Did you ever have a player that was playing football that you, man, if I could get you on the court, or did you have some vice versa?
Both ways.
Yeah, I was about to say, listen, I don't know if you guys remember back in the 2000s or late 90s, basketball was so big here because of Nolan. And what you saw a lot of guys playing less football and wanting to play basketball here. So you had these guys that were 6'7", that probably could have been All-American types in football, but they didn't care because, football was bad at Arkansas, and Nolan. And so I think we lost for about a decade there of guys playing football, playing basketball only.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I think football coaches' most frustrations is when they go to a high school basketball game and see coaches playing 6'3" centers in a high school basketball game that weigh about 225. They don't never play in college. Because no colleges are looking for 6'3" centers. And they're like, why are you not out here as my tight end or defensive end or whatever, or linebacker? Whatever. And I know that's a huge frustration for them.
I know
I have my own, but I'll just leave it there.
You've been doing camps for a long time, and you've been around a long time. We're here because of the Hendrickses and Summerwood Sports and this facility. What do you think about what they've done here and their vision?
So we've done this camp for 24 years, and it's been really funny. This yesterday and today. The people that knew where we started at Benton High School. I don't know if y'all know Joe Bob Wise. So Joe Bob was the head coach at Benton when Benton built their new gym over here. God, it's crazy to think it's 24 years ago. Seems like it was the other day. But Joe Bob calls me at Lone Oak and says, hey, man, let's put on a team camp, blah, blah. We got this new facility. I went over there thinking new gym, air conditioning. At that time, air conditioning in gyms wasn't a big thing.
Right.
We went over there was no AC. Benton built this new facility, and there was no AC. Anyway, so I went, well, I'm not going to drive an hour and 10 minutes over to Benton to throw a team camp that I could throw in Lone Oak with no AC. So the next year I put it at Lone Oak. Well, we had to open the doors at Lone Oak just to get any kind of circulation through there. Well, about sundown, the mosquitoes just flowing in. And so we're like, okay, this isn't going to work. So me and my buddy Chris Ellis, who is one of the head official guys out here, got the job at BB. And BB had one air-conditioned court and 2 we go, we'll move it to BB. Right. So we went to BB for 2 years. And anyway, we got approached by Hendricks. Back then, they had just built their brand new wellness facility that had 3 courts all inside one building, all air conditioned. Hey, man, why don't you bring this thing there? So we went to Hendricks for about 15, 16 years.
Oh, wow.
And then the head coach at Hendricks just left last year, and I lost my connection there.
Gotcha.
And so I coached David's kids.
Oh, did you? Okay.
In AAU. I coached Dexter. Then Doug's son, Landon Parker, coached him at AAU. So I've got a great relationship with these guys. And David approached me years ago about, hey, man, we're going to be doing this. Would you like to move it here? And I was like, I can't leave Hendricks. They've been so good to me. But when my connection left, it made it easy. And anyway, I say all of that to say the people that knew where it started are coming up to me going, man, we're really slumming now. This is pretty awesome.
This is really this facility, and they're going to do more. And we were just talking about Saline County. Right above us, we've got 2 banners hanging for, Bryant and Benton. Used to be they weren't known for basketball, and now they're state champions.
Isn't it amazing when you get the facilities and you get the right administration in, you can pretty much do anything. I mean, it's not like they went down in football. They've always been known for football.
Right.
Well, they're still winning in football, baseball, softball, and now they're adding basketball to the list.
We're visiting with Wes Swift, head coach, basketball coach at Jonesboro. Everybody's texting. Here's another one. This is from Chris Walker. Said Wes Swift was a really good softball player, great guy. So you did softball too, huh?
I did softball, and Chris Walker hit up the middle at me all the time. I was a pitcher, so tell Chris thanks for that.
Gotcha. Last thing before we let you go, obviously you've been around the game a long time. You've been around a lot of college coaches. Who are some of your favorite college coaches if you got a chance to be around?
I was a big Coach K fan at Duke. Yeah. And I actually got to go out to Cameron and be with him for 3 or 4 days back early in my career. But he's my favorite. When Brad Stevens came through his little time there, I love Brad. Right now, I'm a big Grant McCaslin fan. Grant came through Jonesboro and was 1 year at Arkansas State, went on to North Texas, and now he's at Texas Tech and has them as a top 10. He's one of the best coaches in the country right now.
Gotcha.
I love Coach Cal. I'm glad we have him. And Arkansas State just got a phenomenal coach in Coach Pannone. He comes from the Alabama family, but he's the one that puts in all the offensive stuff for Alabama. And he's the guru.
He's the guy.
He's the guy at Arkansas State, so pay attention to what they do.
Okay.
Hey, Coach, speaking of offense, I've seen even our coaches here at my high school who have had a lot of success over the years completely change their offensive philosophy as the game has changed, which we started talking about earlier. Have you done that or had to do that or chosen to change your offensive philosophy to more like dribble drive kind of stuff? As opposed to the systematic type stuff?
Yeah, the dribble drive started about 15 to 20 years ago, and so that's evolved in what they call, but my mind just went blank, but conceptual basketball. So you put in 2 or 3 concepts out on the floor. So you're big. Every time he gets the ball, he can throw it to a guard and chase it into a handoff, into a slip screen, into a screen away. And you're just playing off of conceptual basketball with certain types of spacing. And that's kind of where the game has gotten to right now.
Have you ever thought about coaching at the college level?
I did early in my career. I loved it. But, again, I started at Gillette.
That's where you start. Wow,
okay,
that's awesome.
So I knew nobody. I had no network. I didn't play college basketball.
You didn't play college basketball?
No, I was a walk-on at UCA. Found out real quick I didn't deserve to be playing college basketball. Wanted to stay in the game. Met some great people there in Conway. Got me into coaching. Anyway, so my first year was at Gillette, Arkansas, and I was a head coach immediately because nobody else wanted that job.
Right.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Went 0-22.
I didn't
my
know
first
that,
year.
he said.
So you went 0-22.
Didn't win a game. Didn't come close to winning a game.
And how'd it go from there?
Went 6-16 the next year. Somebody told me it was the most wins they'd had in 10 years. But then, so Gus Malzahn and I played a lot of slow pitch softball together.
Is that right?
So Gus was at Hughes.
Yeah.
Gus was leaving Hughes to go to Shiloh Christian.
Right.
His buddy was going to take over as the head coach, football coach at Hughes. He was a softball guy, too. So softball world kind of helped me. Or whatever. He calls me and says, Wes, I know you're kind of in Gillette. If anybody in Gillette's listening, I love those people.
Yeah, that's good.
But it was not a place to coach basketball. And he was like, you need to come over here to Hughes. We've got athletes. Our head basketball coach is fixing to get out. Gus is leaving to go to anyway, come on over here, help me coach football. I think you can get into the head basketball job pretty quick. So I went over there. My first year at Hughes was my only year not to be a senior high head coach. I coached the junior high team and was Coach Charlie Patrick's assistant. Our junior high team went 16-0. Okay. So I've been in coaching 3 years, and I had an 0-22 team and a 16-0 team in 3 years, and that trusted he trusted me after that to become the head coach at Hughes. So then I'll tell you the rest of the story real quick. So as I was there 5 years, won a state championship with the senior high team with my 7th graders at Hughes. They were juniors in 5 years. We won a state championship in 2001 at Hughes. Gus was leaving Shiloh to go to Springdale. Gus calls me up to Springdale, says, hey, come have dinner with me. He convinces me, this is how naive I am. If Gus is listening, you're wrong for this, Gus. He convinces me that they've got this 9th grade group coming through at Shiloh that's going to be great basketballers. I'm sorry, Shiloh Christian, but y'all don't do basketball at Shiloh Christian. All right? They're allowed to touch them about 3 months, and that's it.
That's it.
And so anyway, I took the Shiloh job as I'm backing my U-Haul into an apartment complex that Rhett Lashley's dad had gotten for me a guy at Lone Oak calls me and tells me he's leaving. Do you want this Lone Oak job? And I was like, yes, I do.
Oh,
They
wow.
just pulled out and went to Lone Oak.
Oh, you didn't even stay.
So
Okay.
I'm undefeated at Shiloh Creek.
Nice. Well done.
So you basically sort of self-taught yourself the game about. I mean, your coaching style.
Well,
right?
I mean, I ask a lot of questions. I go to a lot of clinics, and I have.
You started as, I mean, you right out of the gate. You're at Gillette,
Right.
year one.
Correct.
You weren't under somebody for 10 years. That was my point. Wow. Well, what an amazing
man, that's
career you've had,
outstanding.
man.
It was fun. It's been fun. Arkansas has been good to me. I love this state. Basketball's really good in this state, but so is everything else.
Yeah.
What Gage? I got to watch Gage Wood pitch at Batesville.
Yeah.
They played at
cool.
Jonesboro one day. I remember I was sitting in back there at Jonesboro watching this dude pitch, going, God, he can throw it. And then watching what he did yesterday was so fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You ever heard of a guy named Bobby Hahn by chance?
I've heard of the name. How do I know Bobby
He was an
Hahn?
old teammate of mine that was
Okay.
from that area. You love Jonesboro. You love the
I love the area.
It's a different town than what it used to be. I mean,
It really
the last
is.
20
It's
years.
growing like everything else is.
Yeah.
Correct.
Expect to win a state championship this year? Yes. Yes. Favorite?
If Jonesboro's listening,
Bryant will be number one in the state when the rankings come out. Everybody's chasing them. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Well, Coach, thanks so much to see you, man.
Coach.
Listen, continued success. If we can do anything for you down here in Little Rock, let us know.
Love y'all.
It seems like everybody knows you, man.
I'm a Central Arkansas guy. I graduated Sylvan Hills.
Yeah.
Went to UCLA.
well, he's been everywhere. That's why everybody knows it.
Gus and I were teammates at Arkansas for a few years. I know Gus pretty well. I'll tell Gus that we had you on the show.
Yeah, that'll be a fun story.
Good luck for another state championship
Yeah, man.
this year.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.
Wes
Thank you
Swift.
very much.
Fun guy right there.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You can tell he's very charismatic.
And you could tell why he's successful. He didn't want to get out of ball either. He stayed in it.
I mean, listen, how many?
You shorted them some titles there, Baz.
I did. Good Lord.
8.
Justin, can you think of anybody else? I didn't want to bring it up. I just spend time on him. How many other coaches in Arkansas where you've got that Kevin Kelly, 8 to 10?
Kevin.
Besides,
Buck, what's Buck got? Buck
5.
Talk about basketball.
Oh, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Basketball.
But you mentioned Kevin Kelly, though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, where a coach, when you think of a coach who wins, do we have that basketball? Do we have the equivalent?
I would
of
say
that?
the three, at least,
I
and I've
don't
only been
know.
here for 2 years. I mean, the winningest I think of are Buck, Kevin Kelly, and then Coach we just talked to right there. I mean, that's one of the only guys I know that's 8.
What's the two brothers that coach football?
The Bowlings.
Bowling. One of the Bowlings probably has about that many.
Yeah, Brad's got, 4 or 5?
But my point though is that we don't. Do you have that basketball? We have that. We're easy for us to remember.
Well, you brought up Kevin Kelly, so we're talking football.
I was making an example to say, do we?
Yeah,
have
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know.
Oh, I tell you who's won, Roger. He's no longer with us. He used to all win state championships. Think about it. Little Rock, Parkview.
Oh,
Coach Rip. Did Coach Ripley back in the day? I think didn't he win like 8 or 10 state championships when they had all those great players? And
so that was the beginning of charter schools.
Maybe.
Wasn't it about that time?
I don't know.
What a great sound, too, guys. The squeaking, the
wondering
bouncing, the horn. I mean, that's summer basketball right there.
It
That's what it
is.
sounds like. I played a million tournaments like this.
It is, and that buzzer, man. That buzzer's for real.
It's a state-of-the-art buzzer, actually.
It's a state-of-the-art
AI
buzzer.
buzzer.
Justin, you're the basketball player amongst us. When you hear a guy like Coach Swift, you can tell
Josh,
that guy,
too.
Yeah, shortchanged me.
Can you tell that guy is a guy that's a dynamic guy that's going to get out there and get his team ready to play? You just tell the energy level on a guy like that. He's a good communicator.
Oh yeah, and I love the fact that he's defense first. I love that.
I like that too. I do too. All right, we are here at the Summerwood Sports Complex. It's the Big Miller Summerwood Sports Basketball Team Camp. And Roger, remember, the camp is named after Kevin Miller, who was an Arkansas Sports Media member and an advocate for Arkansas high school sports that passed away in 2024. That's why they do this in his honor.
Listen, for everything that they've got going on here at Summerwood Sports, you can check it all out at summerwoodsports.com for all the details about what we're talking about now, what's happening now. The next Summerwood Sports Summer Camp is July 14th through the 17th for grades 3 through 7, and Isaiah Joe's shooting camp is coming back this August. So again, summerwoodsports.com. That pickleball, volleyball, all of that happens at one of these 3 gyms here in Saline County, the Summerwood Sport Complex.
Hey Justin, who's on the bump tonight for Arkansas?
Obama!
That's a good question. I would almost guess Vital Cheese, maybe.
I don't think I've heard.
Or I would say Bottle Cheese or Jimenez.
Okay.
That's just a guess.
Gotcha. All right, don't go away. 9:32 here on Morning Mayhem.
The Red White Report is brought to you daily on the Zone by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
It's high-flying and hard-hitting action in Hot Springs Saturday night at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena. Arena football featuring your Hot Springs Wise Guys battling the Ozark Slunkers. It's all indoors at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena Saturday night at 8. Tickets are available online at hotspringswiseguys.com. That's hotspringswiseguys.com. Don't miss the action Saturday night at 8 as your Hot Springs Wise Guys take on the Ozark Slunkers at Oaklawn's Arena League Field at Bank OZK Arena.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
We got a 20% chance of a stray shower in the forecast for this Tuesday. Highs in the lower 90s. With partly cloudy conditions tonight, lows in the mid-70s. We'll stay partly sunny Wednesday, but rain chances increasing towards the late afternoon and evening. Highs in the lower 90s. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Christopher Pipkin.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tickets are on sale now for Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, July 24th at the Hall, featuring Bobby Petrino and Taylon Green, plus former Hawks Casey Dick and Niall Davis, with dinner from Corky's. Get your tickets at LittleRockHall.com. Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and brought to you in part by Oakland Sports, the Gangster Museum and the Hattery of Hot Springs, First Trust Home Loans, AY Magazine, Arkansas Money and Politics, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and Connect Service Solutions. Special thanks to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue and Party Time Rental and Events.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Michael Ludwig in Greenbrier, Todd Matthews in Benton, or Paul Griffin in Monticello today.
Rainy days are great, unless your gutters can't keep up. Don't let clogged, leaky, or missing gutters cause damage to your home. Talk to the folks at Wood Davis Lumber Plus. Not only do they sell gutters, they install them as well. Seamless, custom-fit gutters that are built to last and keep the water where it belongs, away from your home. Call Wood Davis today for a free estimate and let the Plus be the service you can count on.
Are you dreaming of excitement and adventure? Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo of Russellville is the place to be. From the cost-effective and customizable Sea-Doo Switch pontoon boat to a one-of-a-kind Can-Am Spider, Hubbard Power Sports has what you're looking for. Looking for a Sea-Doo personal watercraft? Don't worry, we've got you covered there too. From a Can-Am Defender farm rig to the all-new 240-horsepower Can-Am Maverick R, we've got it all. With a large selection of Can-Am four-wheelers and side-by-side models in stock now. Stop by and see us in Russellville. Visit us at HubbardPowersports.com.
So Restaurant and Bar is open under new management. Original chef Joseph Salguero is back with a unique menu. So Restaurant and Bar has been around since 2006 in the heart of Little Rock's historic Hillcrest neighborhood on Kavanaugh Boulevard. Experience fine dining right in your backyard. They offer 3 separate event spaces or the ability to rent out the restaurant for any type of event or party, plus multiple catering options. View their menu, make reservations, or rent their event space at SoRestaurantAR.com. SoRestaurantAR.com.
Can't listen to the radio? Don't worry. You can catch Morning Mayhem live every day. Just download the 1037 The Buzz app.
Joy Chestnut is back. Shut up, Josh. Josh, shut up.
Abuse.
Someone said Josh is air dribbling and shooting. Are you air dribbling in the studio, Josh?
Yeah, I'm also eating pizza right now.
Okay, wow.
Where'd you get that from?
I don't want to talk on either.
Okay.
Big butt.
No, we're doing a radio show here, man.
So come on. You're better than
You know what? I watch you all chew.
Come on.
You've got to be able to eat and talk. That's right. We do it at the same time.
That's why
Sorry, guys. I'm not as talented as you all are.
And talk. You know what? And you come on.
Several people have said probably won't announce starting pitcher until we find out who we were playing. Okay.
Yeah, and DVH doesn't have to, I don't believe, until then. Oh, he doesn't have to at all, does he?
I don't know how that rule works,
good
but they probably would
force you to once it's over, right?
As far as Jimenez and Bottle Cheese, it probably will depend on the lineup, whether they have a lot of lefties or righties, or you know what I mean.
Well, I tell you what, I dropped the ball on again today. Another fumble for me.
What'd you do, Bob?
I left out a coach that's a no-brainer for basketball state championships. I played golf with him this last week.
What?
Played basketball. I played golf with him last week at the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame. Johnny Rice at North Little Rock.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, obviously they had two of the best players, Moses Moody, and then who's the big center for him that's playing in the league now? That had what's his name?
No, Gafford was small school.
This kid went to Oregon in
Khalil Ware.
Khalil, yeah.
Boom! Look at that.
Khalil Ware,
nice,
yeah.
yeah. So somebody says
we
Ricky
don't care
Smith,
about him because he went to Oregon.
That's right. Ricky Smith has 9 state championships at Fort Smith Northside. Did not know that. So
wow.
We're somebody says Baz and Justin. This is from Hog Freaking Wild. Baz and Justin, the NBA refs now allow a Euro step. And Roger, Euro step. Roger, you were saying during the break you were breaking it down about that.
Breaking it down. If you are dribbling the ball, you can do a back step super Euro hop. Also during Olympic season, get hit, get an extra step. You can actually pick up the ball at half court and never touch the ground again.
Listen, there are some videos
pretty
out
much.
there. There really are some videos that are obnoxious.
When you see some of the NBA players that just grab the ball and are running like crazy.
Yeah. It's frustrating to watch for me, at least. Even like, okay, let's say I'm passing the ball to Josh and I throw it way too high and he has to go up to catch it, right?
Yep.
Right.
Well, you're supposed to have 2 steps to do that.
Yeah.
And now, as long as you catch it, you can take 7 steps if you want to.
But people are asking, what is a catch? What is a catch? You know, who has possession?
It just changed. It changed the whole entire game completely.
Yeah.
It's not even just gathering to shoot. It's catching the ball. It's just.
They were teaching us the Euro step when I was in 8th grade.
It's annoying. And a Euro step really should be 2 steps.
Yeah.
So you take the first one, second one, go up.
Because
of the Euro step.
We let them have it.
Do we have to have a
Well,
Euro
that's
step?
why Valentine is going to Europe next week or on vacation.
I love the Euro step. I use that all the time. It's a great way to
listen. The kids want a Euro step.
Here's what I'll tell you. It's a great way to fake a pass in transition. It's a really good move.
It did not exist when I was growing up. Neither did the step back. The step back didn't exist. That would have really helped me being 5'6".
That was a walk.
Well, I love
right.
Touch hands.
Now they can change pivot feet.
Now you can use your partner's pivot
you can pick that one. Then okay, if you want that one, go ahead and go do that one now.
I love
it's crazy.
I love Barkley and Shaq talking about when they see those kind of videos that are out there. Yeah. And I'm going to tell Josh and Justin what's happening on one of the courts. We talked about this being a referee camp too going on simultaneous with the basketball games going on. You've got a teacher over here. You've got a teacher over here that's going up and down, actually sort of coaching up these referees, aren't they, Rod? It's really interesting watching. Oh, you got to do this.
He huddled them all. He got them all up there.
Send their asses home.
Hey, Emily.
do want to thank Edwards Food Giant for sponsoring Rick Schaefer today. John Daly, sponsored by Moe's. Chuck Gatlin is Hubbard Power Sports. Can-Am. Do want to thank Southern Bank for sponsoring Family Feud.
Yes.
Roger, no trivia tonight at Boudreaux?
No trivia tonight.
Yeah.
Razorback ball game plays at 6 o'clock. At least that's what we hope.
And tomorrow night it'll be the Bill and Baz show at So Restaurant. If you don't have any plans, come out and hang out. Which is from 6 to 9.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty cool restaurant there. Going to have fun with that.
That'll be cool. What am I doing tomorrow?
So is probably my favorite restaurant in Little Rock.
Justin, it's really sort of a well-kept secret. It's sort of in the neighborhood. It's not with a lot of commercial businesses around them, and they've got excellent food.
They have a great pork chop.
Yeah, pork chop, their steak. The chocolate sack is one of the best desserts ever.
Huh?
So,
the chocolate sack is
God.
really amazing.
It's so good.
You've got to try it. Watch your mouth. You've got to try it when you go.
Chocolate sacks for everyone.
You got to try a sack.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Josh.
I'll tell you what, Justin. Nothing beats a good pork chop. Like you see, is it on the bone?
I love pork
Is it on the
chops.
bone?
Oh yeah.
So listen, I found out my problem.
Are you talking about the same thing?
I found out today what my problem is. So a study came out, found that working 50-plus hours a week, literally
my problem.
Oh, at 61, he's discovered it. Thank God for this article.
It literally breaks your brain. So they say if you hit 50 hours a week, it breaks your brain.
Yeah, got to do them cold.
Said it literally changes the structure of your brain. They scanned the brains of 110 healthcare workers and split them into two categories: overworked and not overworked. And apparently, significant changes in the brains that were over 50 hours. So there you go. So I'm going to blame it on that. It's the over 50-hour brain break that I have.
How do you not get more sleep since you eat in bed?
Barry Manilow birthday today. That's our Joe Klein loves Barry.
He's just
Manilow.
going to ignore you, Raj.
Tommy Smith used to love him some Barry Manilow.
I thought Joe Klein does like him.
He does. That's
Or
what
is
they
that
both
just
love
is that a
him.
lie?
Yeah. No, they really do. They really do. Also,
you know who he is, don't you,
Josh?
Who is he?
Who plays?
You know who he plays sings with?
Bear-
The Doobie Brothers. Oh man, dear.
Sing it, Justin.
I'm not a. Look, I love those guys, Tommy and Joe.
Because you came and you gave without taking.
I am not a Barry Manilow fan.
Let me tell you, Barry Manilow was so big back in the 70s. And Roger, what else did he specialize in? He wrote a lot of the jingles, some of the biggest commercials you've ever heard of.
He wrote the Band-Aid jingle.
That you didn't know came from Barry Manilow. Yeah, he was massive in the 70s.
He also wrote one of my favorite songs, and it's this one here.
Oh.
He put the words to it.
Roger's going to get up. It's this American Bandstand. American Bandstand.
I had his album.
We're going hopping.
We're going hopping.
We're going hopping today.
We're playing basketball. Listen to this, I mean, listen to the horn.
Bandstand. Bandstand. It's also the birthday of Venus Williams. What is the fastest serve Venus Williams has ever had? It's his fastest
103.
in world tennis, women's tennis history.
103.
Justin? What do you think, Raj? He said 103.
95.
Josh, what you got?
Mine was 95. Darn it, 98.
127 miles per hour.
Wow.
Oh,
whoa.
Could you imagine? I don't know. Yeah.
Hey,
What about you
also,
won?
can we acknowledge that Baz used a sentence, "Let me tell you," and ended with "back in the 70s," and that is the most old. Let me tell you something. Back in the 70s, Barry Manilow was a real force. Old man.
He was.
Exactly right.
He was.
Exactly right.
Loved by all still loved by all.
All right. Well,
his face is still from the 70s.
We'll take a break, come back, and I think Justin will be back with us at Omaha. Justin, I don't know if you heard, but Justin was a pretty good crowd yesterday at the game. And people, we discussed whether LSU would have the most fans or Arkansas.
And I think Arkansas had more.
You're right. I think somebody said it looked like Arkansas may have had a little bit more. So that's
I
awesome.
told
Great
you.
showing. You did.
I told
you.
you.
Did. You said that. Yeah. So that's great. That's awesome. If they get another shot at them, another crack at them, I hope Arkansas fans.
Oh, they're getting
don't go
another
over and
crack
roast.
at them,
Yeah,
Jack.
dang straight. Yeah, dang straight. All right, don't go. We'll come back and wrap things up here from Summerwood Sports.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads. Great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage? Weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans? Also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke? Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Out here, you get your hands dirty. You get to work and finish the long summer day knowing you made it count. Whether it's cutting the grass, picking the garden, frying up the grill, or washing your dog, you get things done. It's the small stuff that adds up to this life you love. At Tractor Supply, we know that feeling, and we've got the supplies and friendly advice you need to get the most out of every day, all summer long. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Most people think HR is pushing out payroll and filling out forms, but you know better. You're looking to shape culture, drive strategy, and truly lead people. And on June 24th, you can be seen and heard at the TPC Together Conference. Attend sessions to help grow and strengthen your organization and connect with a community that actually gets what you do. June 24th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center in Springfield. Space is limited, so register now for the HR event that's redefining what's possible. The TPC Together Conference.
This is Pat Bradley, and you've heard it before on The Buzz, how Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union is helping members step into the future with their summer auto loan special. Ultra low rates as low as 1.99%, 84 months financing, and no payments for 90 days. Offer valid on new, used, or refinance 23, 24, and 25 models. Deals like this don't last forever. Apply online at alcoacommunityfcu.org and drive into the future with Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, serving 15 counties across central Arkansas.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Moe Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, welcome to Moe's.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads. Great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage? Weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans? Also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke? Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Brett Michaels' triumphant return to Oak Lawn. Friday, September 26th, Oak Lawn Event Center in Hot Springs. From over 50 million albums sold comes the Poison Hits and Solo Hits Live. Voted one of the most exciting and engaging live shows ever. This show will sell out. Get your tickets now. Tickets on sale now at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryant, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
The Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs, is back and happening July 19th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the State House Convention Center in downtown Little Rock. Your ticket includes a tasting cup and margarita samples from some of the best bars and restaurants in the city. Get your tickets now at Stubbs.net. Come sip, sample, and celebrate summer at the most refreshing event of the season. The Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs and brought to you in part by Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Want to see our beautiful faces? Catch Morning Mayhem streaming live every day on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Just search 1037 The Buzz.
We got that wood right here, baby.
I do want to thank the Hendricks family, Raj, for having us out here. What a beautiful facility they built. Summerwood Sports Complex. Got 6 basketball courts, 3 facilities, air conditioned, concessions, all the things, brand new scoreboards. I mean, it really nice.
Coach Swift noticed that air conditioning.
He sure did.
That was one of those things. And for all that information that we just told you about, to do pickleball, to do volleyball, all the other things that they have to offer, and that you can rent one of these places for a birthday party, go to summerwoodsports.com. You'll find out about the summer camp, sports summer camp, coming up July 14th through the 17th for grade 3 through 7. And the Isaiah Joe shooting camp is coming back in August. Summerwoodsports.com.
Second to go to Omaha and check in, see if Justin Acrey is there. J.A., are you there?
I am.
All right. We, as you can tell, we've got games going on here. We've got North Little Rock and Fayetteville. And who did we say? Marion and Harbor?
Harbor, yeah.
And a lot of screeching, a lot of horns and all that kind of thing. Are you what is the atmosphere like at DJ's dugouts right now? Is it sort of quiet?
David, there are no horns, and there is no screeching. It's quite lovely.
Yes.
DJ's dugout is open for business. They thought they would open early, maybe catch a few LSU fans on the way to the game, but we've not seen many folks roll through here just yet. But they're open for business, so if you're looking for a place to grab lunch, and maybe you're going to that early 1 o'clock game and see who gets eliminated over on that side, cool, love to have you. But we'll be here till 1 o'clock at DJ's dugout. We got a few guests coming up. I think Phil Elson's going to stop by and describe his opportunity to share that moment with Razorback fans, that historic moment yesterday with Gage Wood. Also, speaking of pitching, Jordan Wicks will join us at 10:30. I'm sure he's got thoughts about the no-hitter yesterday. He is, of course, courtesy of Crane Buick GMC in Conway. Pat Bradley, thanks to River City Flooring, the 11 o'clock hour. Get his thoughts on the game last night. Pretty spectacular performance by Oklahoma City. Red White Report, thanks to UAMS Ortho Now. Eli Craner's coming on, and we've got Susan Irwin-Prowse. Thanks to Willie D's. In addition to baseball, there are some other things that are entertaining going on this weekend. She will fill us in.
I asked Justin Moore. I'll ask you, Justin Acrey. Who do you think gets the nod pitching tonight for the Razorbacks?
It's a great question. Boy. You know, Dave Van Horn said yesterday it depends who wins, and they would make a decision off of that. Now, he's going to have a little less time to make that call. So, I don't know. Maybe I would think Jimenez or Beidle Cheese would be your two options, David.
That's what JM said. Right, JM? That's what you said, too?
Yeah, that's what I said. Hey, Acrey, quick question. So, I said I like our chances if we get through this game.
Yeah.
Because our pitching depth is more than either of those teams, even including LSU. What do you say?
No, I agree with you in general. I think LSU's right there. I mean, I think it's pretty close, and I've kind of come to learn a little more about their guys. And, again, how much do they burn today, right? I mean, I think they were probably expecting to get a lot out of Ianson, Justin, so I think it does hurt them, you know, a little bit as far as using another arm if they don't bring him back today, but I don't think it's going to be that critical. So I think we're all rooting for UCLA because I'd rather beat, you know, UCLA twice than LSU twice. But, no, I think Arkansas is in great shape. And, my gosh, you know, even though you lost the first game, you couldn't ask for a better scenario as far as the number of arms you had to use with Gackle eating up innings and what we got earlier or yesterday with Wood. So
yeah, yesterday saved the bullpen completely.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did was unreal.
Yeah, I mean, you got Carter, Coyle. I mean, so many guys. McIntyre that have got experience that could pitch, and Fouch only threw a third of an inning.
You can bring Root back.
100%.
He threw 38 pitches.
Yep. I think he'll pitch. I think he'll be the starter tomorrow.
Well,
really?
Yeah. Dave said at practice yesterday or 2 days ago, he said he can come back in a day or two, is what he said. So
and I like him after a bad start.
I agree.
I don't like him after a good start. I like him after a bad start.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Well,
I hear you.
The other thing that we hope happens, we hope the bat starts showing up. We're due. Arkansas is due to start getting some hits. So we'll see. Just too good of a lineup. You got to think sooner or later they're going to break out and course, when you have great pitching,
That's game number 3.
It is. All right, Justin, we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Josh, good job back in the studio. We'll be back in the studio.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, we will be. Exactly right.
We'll find out about that pizza, Josh.
Justin Acrey, go get us a win if you could.
All right, buddy.
Do something.
Yes.
Do it.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Thanks again to the Hendricks family for putting on a great show.
As always.
Great for the community. So
it's huge. It's just getting started. Second day. It's packed, stacked, and racked up in here.
Justin Moore would not like being in that group over there, Roger.
No,
Justin, we're looking at 25 referees in their pinstripes, or not pinstripes, but their
so there's
zebra
about
stripes.
75 IQ points between the 25 of them.
My dad would be he would be echoing what you said, but I got to calm my dad down, just like, every time he gets on those refs. He loves hearing you get on the refs because he loves to get on the refs. So I'll pop. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate it. Thanks to everybody here at Summerwood Sports Kid. Hey, they'll be out here till 7 or 8 tonight?
Yeah.
All right. Zone's up next. Don't go away.
Sometimes I get a good feeling.